Oh, we're live by the way right now. But I've been
Yes,
looking
sir.
forward to Lord Metroid. I asked Henry to come through today, and he did, which is perfect because we're gonna start off either with Resident Evil or Marathon. I'm not quite sure yet, but either way, we're gonna start with gaming. I want to talk a little bit about that new game Spire that's been taking over
Slay the
the
Spire,
Slay the
the PC
Spire.
airwaves.
Two, the sequel, yeah.
Yeah, and I want to
First
get
one
you guys'
sold a lot of
opinion.
copies. I don't get shit like that, but whatever.
Yeah, me neither. So that's something I want to ask you guys about, and we'll
I
take it
don't
from
know.
there.
I don't understand it, but
But
people play it.
we'll be talking about Xbox. We'll be talking about PlayStation. I don't think I have any topics about Nintendo today, but I'm sure they'll come up. I mean, there is the tariff thing with Nintendo, but like I was telling you guys before Nelson came in, I just don't give a fuck about politics. So fuck
And they just
Nintendo.
they just they just released one of their highest rated games,
About
Poketopia.
politics, so oh, I thought it was
They
the
release a
tennis one.
goddamn game every goddamn month.
Yeah, Poketopia for the 99 and 2000.
Yeah, I didn't have any topics for them, but also my ex has been acting up. Like I couldn't post anything on here today.
Hmm.
I don't know if it's
Sometimes mine be tripping,
You know
and
what
I
I'm
have to
hoping
like.
comes with that PSSR, and I don't know if it's just me, but on the PlayStation 5 Pro, for whatever reason, man, since I got it out of the box,
Ah,
it
bitch.
loads in slow, and I have to wait like a minute before I can move the icons around.
That's probably that's what could be your hard drive. It's an
What
indication
the hell's
probably.
wrong with my hard drive? Because the other one, that shit,
What is it? Your PS4? You said? Oh, your PS5 Pro. Yeah,
my
that's not
PS5
good. Yeah,
Pro.
huh? That's weird, man.
It's been doing that since day one.
You got a bad one then, Nelson.
It loads up so much slower than the PS5. It works. I just have to wait like a minute.
Did
It's
you
slower
factory
than the
reset it?
fucking PS5 with. No.
Yeah, I would do a
Came out of
hard
the box
reset
like that.
on
Try,
Nelson. That,
bro.
that that might fix it. Yeah,
Try,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Was that get rid of all
No,
my
it
shit?
won't. No.
Come on, bro. Fuck, I just died.
I don't know. It's just kind of annoying when I boot it up. I gotta wait about a minute before I can start moving left and right. The store comes up
yeah,
slower.
did it
I don't know.
again. Failed to send post. I can't
Well,
even send the
Means you got
fucking
blocked.
post.
you ain't suspended, is you, my boy?
I don't know why I haven't posted
This ain't
anything
Facebook.
except
I get faced. They're still goddamn on the liberal bandwagon, man. I still get fucking. I get fucking. What do you call it? Community or not community? No, fucking.
Bandwagon.
yeah,
I
I
get in
don't.
trouble. I get.
Nelson, share the fucking stream, tag everybody. I can't. The shit's not working.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, I couldn't make my post earlier. That's why I shared it on YouTube, and now
I
this.
spent more Facebook time in Facebook jail than Epstein.
Damn, brother.
Damn, damn. That's too much info, bruh.
Damn, bro. I don't know what the fuck it is. I turned my phone off and on today.
It
Nothing.
does that. It does that sometimes to me. It's don't worry about it. X is picky bitch.
I'm gonna uninstall it, install it
It
back
haven't had a
in.
problem with
sometimes
it in
when
a
I
minute.
when I try to upload like videos,
Right.
it'll
Yo,
automatically
what is
finish them.
up, gamers? We got a house up in here tonight. What up, Crash? How you doing? I mean, we got a whole bunch of y'all watching, not a lot of you guys talking, but that is cool because all we need is your ears. If you want to get involved with the conversation, hop on in. We would appreciate it. I love it when you guys get engaged with us. That is the whole point of this podcast. We're not bougie bitches where we like, yeah, we don't play games, but we also don't want to hear talking from you neither because we want to tell you about how much games suck. We're not like that over here. We actually play games, so we want to talk with other gamers. So please come on in. You are welcome. Take your shoes off. Want a drink? Want a water, beer, wine? And welcome to the State of Gaming podcast. Now, as you guys know, the first 10 minutes or so, we like to shoot the shit with the boys and just kind of get a little bit warmed up. So welcome. Let the door open so people can come on in, and we'll start our intros shortly. But as you see, we got a live service game of the year up on your screen right now. Right now. So hit that like button. Hit that like button real quick. Yeah, bro. I'm gonna be real. I've been addicted to Marathon. I've been addicted to it. I got 20 hours into this motherfucker. And you know what? This is the first live service game that's ever happened to me with. The first one.
For me,
Never
it's
happened
Destiny.
before. Destiny was cool until I beat the stories. Once I beat the campaigns, I was
Not me.
over it.
I did strikes all day, every day.
Like-
Only problem is I played it so much that I had everything, and I dumped it for a while, and then when I went back, I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
I had no
That'll happen.
intentions in
That will
Destiny
happen.
in upgrading anything. Like I would get a
put
gold
400
gun, I would
hours
sell
into
it.
in 6 months.
I would sell that motherfucker. Like I just do not. I never cared about Destiny. I thought it was cool. The concept was cool, but I feel like Bungie never really did anything good with it. I don't know if that makes sense. But that's my experience with Destiny. And in Call of Duty, I never played that for more than a couple matches here and there. I really liked the ranking system in Call of Duty back in the day, where you go from private to sergeant to all that. But then
Yeah,
they started
that's dope.
doing 45 different prestiges, and I'm like, oh, there's
It
no
used to
point.
just be 10.
There's no point here. Because I like that. I like structure. I like, you know what I mean? This is what you can get. This is what you can't get. If you get here, that means you're at this level good.
Destiny's a lot more fun if you're in a faction too, because then you got people to team with for PvP, do strikes with, be on the get the rewards for factions and shit like that. It's yeah. I was in Combat for Veterans faction, so
Your mom's a combat for veteran.
Combat Veterans of Destiny. It was for combat veterans, police, and firefighters.
It's going to be an interesting conversation because we have a dude who hates live service who's addicted to it. We have a dude who loves live service who likes it. We have a dude who likes it but hasn't gotten it yet, and we got a dude who just doesn't give a fuck about it. So it's going to be an interesting conversation because we got a lot of different perspectives here tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
And Nelson, why is your kid messaging me? Will?
I don't know. Micah, shut the fuck up!
I was telling Henry, I was like, I don't even play fucking, yo, what up, hero? I'm like, I don't even play, what's that card game?
Patro.
No, Rocket League.
Rocket League?
Oh, I'm sorry. I actually said car.
Rocket League.
Hey, what up, Queen Miku? How are you? Hero, welcome. Queen Miku, welcome. You know what? We got a nice little chat where we got a nice little group of people here. Let's get this party started. But welcome to the State of Gaming podcast. My name is Will, your host, 777JP, and I actually changed my name on Bungie. It's not Anakin Amidala anymore. And if you notice, Anakin I gave him his wife's last name. I didn't do Amidala Anakin. Why? Because his wife wore the pants in that relationship, and that's why I have my name like that. But I finally changed my name, so Will777JP, look me up on Bungie, add me as a friend, because we're busting Bungie or Destiny or Marathon down. But welcome to the State of Gaming podcast. I'm excited. Tonight we have a packed show for you guys, so I decided to ask some of the best gamers that I know to come in tonight. And let's start with our first of the evening. And the reason I'm going to start with him first is because he's only been on the show one time, and not because he doesn't want to, it's because he can't, because he's always working on Monday mornings super bright and early, and tomorrow he has off. So whenever he does, he comes through, and I'm very appreciative. And that is Mr. Lord Metroid. Lord, how are you doing today? Let the people know what you've been gaming on, what you're looking forward to. Give them the scoop.
Well, man, thanks for having me on, man. It's always fun to talk to you guys, because you guys keep it real, and I like I like the show because we can talk about whatever, there's no filters, none of that bullshit. I've been playing Hunt Down. It's a run and gun shooter. Came out in 2020. I love that game.
Oh, the Hunt?
Yeah, the Hunt Down.
Oh,
It's not the
I have
Hunt.
that.
It's Hunt Down.
That was-
Yeah, and a phenomenal 2D game. If you like games like Contra.
Oh,
It's a master. It's one of the best games ever made on that genre. It's so good, and they just announced the sequel. It's called Hunted Down Overtime, and it's going to be like a roguelite. And I can't wait to play. It's in a cyberpunk setting, so you probably
Does
like
the
it.
first
Yeah, you
one
probably
look
like it.
roguelite?
Will, yeah, it's
I love
phenomenal.
Cyberpunk.
No, the first one is like you can play a single player co-op. It's like Contra. But it's cyberpunk. Beautiful art style, the music, the animation's amazing. I highly recommend it. It's on sale right now for $4. I've been playing that. I've been playing Dragon Quest III HD remake. Great, phenomenal game. I've been playing
On sale
Returnal.
where? On PlayStation or Nintendo?
On the PSN. You could get it for
Oh.
$3.99. Yeah.
Wow. We'll definitely
Yeah,
cop that.
it's absolutely phenomenal. Check it out. Yeah, hunt down.
Actually, we're gonna tag the game in the chat,
Yeah.
guys, and that way you know where it is. So just in case you're interested, I'm sorry, Lord Metro, go ahead.
No problem. Yeah, and yeah, I've been playing Returnal as usual. I just got the platinum last week.
Fire.
I'm very excited. I love that, man. I cannot wait for Zaros, bro. I'm telling you right now that I already paid for the damn game. I'm ready to go. But yeah, that's what I'm in gaming mostly. Yeah.
Fire. Well, welcome back, Lord Metro. I'm excited. I
Thank
know
you,
we
man.
talk on the Discord all the
Thank you.
time, but
Absolutely. Yeah.
the chat here doesn't see you. So welcome. And then our next special guest, and yes, Hero, I have been playing Marathon, and we're gonna get in, is somebody that you guys know. He is no stranger, and that is Mr. Henry Heck. Henry, how you doing? Let the people know what you've been playing on, what you're looking forward to.
Yes, sir. What's up, good people? Show boy, the boy. I have been playing Marathon. I have 21 hours in that joint. I got Will beat by 1 hour. And I foot dipped into Assassin's Creed Unity. I did start Valhalla, but Unity got that 60 FPS update, so I jumped back into that. So the original plan was to alternate between the two games, but Marathon just been so heat. That's just what I've been on. So I only got like 2 hours in the Assassin's Creed, and yeah, that's it. I'm looking forward to Crimson Desert, of course. And I'm also looking forward to the in-game event for Marathon at the end of the month. And
Fire.
yeah, that's what I'm on. That's what I'm on. You know.
Fire. And then next we have my co-host, Mr. Nelson Gaming Culture. Nelson, how have you been? What you been playing on?
The best fucking game this gen, Requiem. God, I love it. I fucking love it.
Yeah, you don't hear
It's
Nelson
fucking
that
amazing.
excited. He's normally like playing the normal, but now he's all fucking
Hey, you be doing
excited.
that.
Is it because he's in love with Leon? He wants Daddy Leon, or what?
I've
What?
always been a Leon fan since I was like fucking 12, dog.
I'll tell you
And
what,
he's
man.
like, I was like thinking about putting a post up like, who wins in a fight, Leon or John Wick? Because I think John Wick's getting dead.
Bro, I've been kind of in that post like ending game, not depression, but more like slump. That it's just
You
been
ain't
very
gonna get nothing
easy.
better for a long time.
Yeah, dude. It's been so easy to fall into the hands of Marathon on top of it all, you know. And I haven't started any new games. I beat it 2-3 days ago, and yeah, awesome game. And I have been playing basically Marathon, man. I beat Resident Evil Requiem. I think it was Wednesday night or Tuesday night, and I think Marathon came out Thursday. And yeah, I've been playing that ever since. I got like 18, 19, 20 hours into it. And we're actually going to talk about Marathon first because there's some interesting things that's happening with the game, and I'm interested to get what's from each member here. Because look, we got me, who hates live service game, who's hooked on Marathon. Then we have Henry, who loves live service games and he loves Marathon. Then we have Lord Metroid, who just doesn't give a shit about live service games or Marathon. And we have Nelson, who is either or. He'll play a live services is good, he won't if it's bad, and he wants to get it, but he hasn't gotten it yet. So let me ask the Lord Metroid first. Let's bring him up to the plate. And Lord Metroid, number one, why do you dislike Marathon? Why is it that you think it's gonna fail?
First of all, I never said I dislike the game. I just want to wait until the user base kind of stabilizes. I just don't want to pay 40 and then the game's gonna be dead, right? Because I know they're gonna come out with the end game map. I believe, right? They mentioned that like a raid style, Destiny style. So I just want to see how how the install base does to make a buying decision, because I played the closed beta, so I'm familiar with the game. I actually played the game, but I just want to see how it install base does, and then I'll make a buying decision, because to me extraction shooters are very niche, and I just
Tell
don't.
that to Art.
Right. It's well.
I mean, the
well,
genre is still niche, even though
tell it to
exactly.
Helldivers.
doing.
Yeah, but that's the only Helldivers is more of a PvE. You know what I mean? It's not really
Still an
PvP.
extraction shooter though.
It is, but I'm talking more about PvP style ones. You know what I mean? And I'm just waiting to see what
Which
happens.
is the genre, to be fair.
Right. Yeah, for sure. And I love everything about the game Marathon. I love the art style, the aesthetic, because I love science fiction. So my gripes with the game is not the game per se. It's just the style of gameplay it is. it's a extraction shooter, right? So I'll wait, to see how the install base does, and then I'll make a buying decision. But I have no issues with the game as what it is. It's just the gameplay that it is. It's just the genre that it is in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I before Marathon came out, and I'm gonna pass it to Henry next, but I just want to interject real quick because number one, I hate live service games. I think they're a cancer to society, and number one reason why is because they're so repetitive, and the grind is usually so
Right.
like unfruitful. Right now, I understand
It kind of has to be too, because and people still complain. I don't ever understand that. Like, we need more content. Like, it took them 6, 7, 10 years to fucking come out with what you got, but you want them to add more to it a week later, and then the week after that. And then,
But that's the whole point of live service. If they can't produce that, then don't fucking do it.
Can.
Yeah, they can. They absolutely can. Fortnite does it all the time.
Fortnite got 70,000 motherfuckers
There we go.
working on it.
There we go. Here we go with the numbers again, Henry. We talked about this.
Well, the issue with live service games is that if you're gonna launch a game of this type, you need to make content years prior, right? So when you launch, then you have a roadmap, right? Remember what happened with Anthem? I thought Anthem had great potential. It was some.
Anthem was fun as shit, dude. It was
amazing.
there was nothing to do once you beat it.
Guess what? They lie. They say, "Oh, this is the roadmap." Then it never came to fruition, and it's a shame because Anthem was very good.
I'd still be playing that shit, to be honest with you.
I used to, flying around and all the different suits.
The combat was fun.
Yeah, but it never came to fruition because live service games.
They didn't even have a strike until like 2-3 months later. I was like, I had to sit with my dick in my hand for like 6 weeks before I could do anything post game.
And Will is right. Fortnite is huge, and it's a fun example how to do live service games. But it is what it is,
But that's the thing. Fortnite didn't just get, the thing with Fortnite, it's not about how fast they put content out. It's about the consistency, right?
Exactly.
Because if you're consistent, gamers will wait, especially if the content is good, right?
Exactly.
There's a reason why we wait 6 years, 7 years for a damn game, because we know or we think that once they drop that game, it's going to be a banger, right? Look at GTA. Even though it's been 15 years, people are still waiting with anticipation because they know it's probably going to be a banger. Now, I said probably because it's not for certain, but that's on them. That is not our fault, all right? If you can't compete, then don't fucking do it, and don't release a game when you do.
Well, the problem is people like these games, and then, like, they'll do a season or whatever the hell they just finished, and then a week later they'll be like, okay, what's next?
Nelson, your son is if your son is a fan of going on the car and driving, and he's 10 years old, are you going to hand him the fucking keys to go drive?
I don't know what that has to do with anything, but
because you're not going to allow him to do that because he's not ready yet. You're not, as much as you love your kids, you don't let them do whatever the fuck they want because you know it's bad for their health. Same thing, these developers, you're not just going to put a game out because the fans want it, because it's not going to be towards your own benefit. They know they're going to go through the content in a week, and then you're stuck there holding your dick in your hand with no content and won't be ready for
these games. That's what I'm saying, is when you put out new content, it might be a lot of content, but that when these people like this game, it's like,
if this was 2018, maybe I would give you the benefit of the doubt. But since it's 2026, live service games have been on fire for the last 10 years. They know the trends. They know what to expect. Like, this isn't the first day at work. Is what I'm saying. This is fucking. Come on, we see this shit all the time. Games pop up, games fail every single time. You're telling me that you haven't studied the market you're going in? If that's the case, you deserve to fail off rip just for that. But let me ask Henry, because Henry is the live service kind of guru, because this is, I would say,
I just
my guru, what I mean is you're the one who puts the most hours in live service here. Right? Nobody here plays as many live service. And even up to this console generation, you would say that you started really playing a bunch of other games. Where a lot of people have been playing single players primarily for a long time and dibble and dabble in the live service stuff. You actually get more excited for the live service stuff than regular games, unless it's
makes my balls tight.
It does. So let the people know real quick, what are some maybe 2 or 3 differences about Marathon as an extraction shooter versus maybe something like Arc Raiders or Hunt Showdown or something like that? Like, what stands them apart?
All right, so the only other, well, of course I played Arc, but I've also played, it was back on PS4. It was called Vigor. It was third person, but it was hella janky. So I would say it being first person. I would say it being sci-fi, and the quality wise, the gunplay wise, the movement. Arc Raiders don't have the movement or gunplay like this. Bungie as a studio probably top three when it comes to gunplay. I actually put them number one because I prefer
Me
sci-fi
too.
over. Yeah, I prefer sci-fi over like the realistic military Call of Duty style stuff.
I know that's why I
And
always
even
like
though even
Destiny
though Call of Duty kill it,
more than like something like Halo, just because the variety of guns and the different kind of
yeah, so
powers
much
and
it's so much stuff.
there's way more shit than just I picked up a ballistic and a fucking needler again for the fucking 10th game in a row.
Yeah,
Like goddamn,
right on.
I like the
And
variety of different shit.
another thing is like I was telling Will, the tactics into it. In Arc Raiders is very lackadaisical and frolicking throughout the flowers, and it's not in Marathon. It's tension, stress, and
Mm-hmm.
everything that a traditional extraction shooter would be, because Arc is more successful. Arc is outside the norm. You know what I mean? It's like a unicorn. Even Tarkov, which is
Ah,
the
fuck.
granddaddy of them.
Henry, could I pause you here real quick? Because I've
Yeah.
already seen some chats here, and these guys just don't understand. So the first thing is, what up, Talgeezy, and what up, Dizzy? So Talgeezy says, I heard that every season they will take your guns away in Marathon, and everyone starts from zero again. And then the other comment is from Dizzy. He says, yeah, I heard they're going to wipe all progress every few months so new players can jump in rather than what happened with Destiny.
That's the only thing I had
Do you
against
want
Destiny was
to
like I
speak
don't
on
know
that?
what's going on.
That's that whole aspect of a wipe. That's part of the genre. That's one of the things that comes along with extraction shooters. So they will quote unquote wipe your progress. I mean, you'll get to keep your cosmetics and stuff like that, but
Mm-hmm.
it just it's the reset is to give people more stuff to do for number one, and also for new people to come in. They won't just be getting hardcore gang bang by people with all this top tier stuff.
Yeah, I
And
know they
like,
can have so much shit in their
And
goddamn stores.
let
yeah,
me
It's
add
like
to
so
this. Let me add to what Henry's saying because we forget, guys, that this game, you go in, you die, you lose everything. You
yeah,
go in with nothing, you win everything. So the fact that you lose everything at the end of the season is so on brand with the fucking game. Just yesterday, I went in, I had about, I don't know, $10,000 in my vault and about $2,000 in my actual spending money. By the end of the night, where me and Henry played about 4 or 5 hours, I was at almost $30,000 in my vault and about $20,000 spending money. Today, me and Henry went back in. We got our ass whooped the whole day. My vault is now at twenty
we
thousand
damn sure
dollars,
did.
and my spending money is at $7,000. So whether
Mm-hmm.
Bungie cleans me out or another player does is completely fucking irrelevant because you're gonna get cleaned out no matter fucking what. Another thing, I just watched an Astro Cross video, and they were clowning him because he went in with a backpack that is a gold status backpack that gives you like 24 slots. He lost that motherfucker. And this is a professional Destiny player who is also hooked on Marathon. And guess what? He's hurt, but there's some fucking there's some other player in there that was probably his first match that got that kill. And he's like, holy shit, I came up on a gold backpack. And that excitement that I just had out, that's exactly the excitement that you have when you do come out. But that is extraction
Hmm.
gaming. And that is what has me addicted to the game. As somebody who hates live service games, number one. Number two, somebody who hates live service shooters. Because the problem with these live service shooters, in my opinion, is that it is a test of reflexes. Who can turn the scope the fastest, right? Who can run the fastest? Who can
who
position
knows the
themselves
map the
the
best, and that's
fastest?
pretty much it.
Yes, who knows the map the best? That is not
Who knows
Marathon.
the spawn points?
In Marathon is who has the fastest reflex, who has the best equipment, who can and even with that, it's not guaranteeing you a win. It's who can position themselves, who can communicate with their team themselves. The entry level to this game is extremely difficult. And before I pass it back to Henry, because I know I've been taking a lot of his time, I'm sorry, Henry.
No,
And
you
doing your
good, bro.
loadout correct too.
the thing that really impresses me with this game is the difficulty in it. Now, a lot of you guys know me that I hate Souls games, right? And the biggest reason is because of the difficulty. But when I mean difficulty, I mean the fake fucking difficulty. The difficulty where I'm fighting a boss and out of nowhere the moon falls on me and kills me. It's like I ain't seen a moon drop in this whole fucking game, but now all of a sudden a fucking pebble hits me on the top of the head and I'm dead. Right when the boss was at 2% life. Or the boss is at 1% life and all of a sudden he pulls out a fucking med pack that not only heals him, but heals every boss in the region, and now you're fucked. That's the difficulty that I fucking hate. This is difficulty in the sense of just like real life, right? And I've noticed this in combat in the military. We had some of the dudes that went to the gym, worked out the hardest, trained the most, and as soon as they get to combat, they freeze up. And then you have the dudes who fucking eat burgers every day, fat as fuck, but they turn out to be the heroes. That is the reality of life. Doesn't mean that the fat dude who eats cheeseburgers gets to combat doesn't freeze up. Absolutely. It happens. But it is so varied, right? So when you talk about luck, when you talk about how good you are at something, it's not that, and we saw with High Guard, right? When they were like, yeah, people were telling us there's no way we're going to fail. We work really hard at this. Just because you work hard at something doesn't mean you're guaranteed to succeed. There's a lot of things that have to go right your way for you to succeed. It's not just I put in the work, I put in the time. That's not how life works, man. There's so many people out here that did all the right things and they just got served a bad hand. And guess what? Shit out of luck. And there's people just because they're born into the right family, they're wealthy, they're handsome, they're beautiful, you know, they can get whatever they want, they got the gift of gab, and guess what? They were just born with that skill.
Mom's a trophy wife, dad's the rich, handsome executive.
Exactly.
Well, some people win the genetic lottery, some don't. That's just how it is.
So that is what I like about Marathon is that a player like myself who doesn't have
I had an
the
ex-girlfriend
best,
like that, dude. Her dad was rich as shit. I wanted to bang their whole family, including him.
yeah, you don't get that all the
Beautiful
time.
people.
But that's the thing that I love about Marathon, that somebody like me can go in
Rich
with
as
very
fuck,
little
too.
and take out somebody like a pro player and get an item, a gold item, and a pro player can kill me, and then they go steal my shit, and I got the freebies. And that's the beauty of Marathon. But I'm sorry, Henry, because I think people. Let me ask you another question, Henry. What do you say to the people? And I've said this, and I don't say this about every game. I've never said this about any game, actually. The more you play, the more you like it. What do you think about that?
I think it's a merit to it. For the most part, I think it's a merit to it because this is a lot of people's first exposure to the genre, you know. So if you're used to playing extraction shooters, then if you know what I'm saying, you're gonna catch on a lot quicker and have fun a lot quicker than your average person. Say if Lord Metro or like Nelson. Nelson jumped in. It took him a while to get into the rigmarole, what's going on, but then ultimately,
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck am I taking with me?
Yeah,
Why
ultimately
don't I
started
have no
having
ammo?
fun.
I don't understand.
It's just a learning curve to it, and to be honest, I do like that. I do like the learning curve aspect of it. You're not just gonna jump in and be excellent. Even like you spoke of Astrocross, who is a professional YouTube gamer. He'll get fucked up sometimes, you know, but it's just one of those things where, you know, when it hit the mainstream, people not used to it. It's gonna take you some time to get into it and figure it out, and you know, get into the swing of things and figure out the flow of how everything works. On top of mastering the gunplay and the movement and your different shell and knowing when to use this ability, when to use that ability, when to engage, when not to engage. It's just so much to learn that creates that gap to where a person gonna say, you know, you just gotta keep playing, and the more you play, the better you get, the more you learn, then the more fun you have. Because the better you get, you obviously gonna have more fun.
Right.
Ain't nobody really gonna have fun if you just getting your ass whooped all the time and you trying to learn and you can't. But if you stick with it and just through muscle memory, you gonna get better. Your body ain't got no choice but to get better. You know,
That's a good point. That's a great point, Harry.
Yeah.
Just doing the reps, and that's all it is. And you see, you know, a lot of people that are sticking with it, they enjoying it. Like the reviews on Steam, PlayStation, it's the reviews is hitting. You know what I mean?
For sure, very high.
It's not. This is not a shit game, and if people want to just check it out for 10 minutes and it's not for them, that's fine too. But I do believe that if you're doing that, then you're cheating yourself.
Now, let me ask Lord Metro a question, and great points, Henry.
Mm-hmm.
Just to add to what Henry is saying
Mm-hmm.
is, I played Fortnite, Call of Duty, things like that, and of course, there's a learning curve to every game, right? But I think the difference between Marathon and these other games, and that's what has me hooked, is that the I know that if I learn the game, and I have been, not only do I see the success right away, but I feel like I'm getting better. I
Hmm.
still don't feel like I can be the best player, but guess what? My age means my reaction is still slow.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to get extra better in order to just be even keel with somebody else who's maybe younger, who has that reflex on point. I don't feel like I have that issue in this game. But Lord Betray, let me go back to you because, and once again, guys, for you guys were saying I don't ask Nelson questions, it's because Nelson butts in. That's his thing. He comes in when he has to say something
Yes,
and
I
he
do.
says it. You know what I mean? That's why.
Otherwise,
That
I forget it. Ask my wife.
Yeah, exactly. So we let Nelson do his thing. He will interrupt when he's got something to say. We'll give him his space, and then we
Yeah.
will continue. Okay, let him do his thing.
And
But Lord Metro,
Nelson's RAM is faulty, as I say.
yes. But
Yeah, it
Lord
is. It doesn't
Metroid,
hold. It does not hold memory very long.
but let me ask you this
Mm-hmm.
because the numbers with Marathon.
Mm-hmm.
So when the game released, it peaked at 80 something thousand, right? And I would say I think the lowest has been is right around 30 something, 37, 35, between 35 and 40. Where do you think
Hmm.
this game is going to be based on those numbers in the next month, next 2 months? What do you think? Are they going to get better, worse, stay the same?
It's a great question. It could probably stay the same because
Metro still in here?
Um, yeah, he does. I haven't seen him.
Metro.
about 70 or
Okay.
80,000, which is, I think, Bungie themselves probably will be happy with that numbers. I don't know if Sony will. That's the problem. You know how Sony is kind of petty, and they want to have like 2 million people playing the game, and that's not gonna happen because there's the oversaturation of these kind of games in the market, right? Specifically first-person shooters, not necessarily extraction ones. But I hope it has legs, man, because I love the art style in this game. I'm watching you play right now. I always love the art style in this game, the aesthetics, because it reminds me of those 8-bit games that I used to play back in the day, the Nintendo and 60-bit games, the blocky stuff, and the art is,
Mm.
is is golden. So I think Bungie themselves probably don't mind if they say steady 80,000. I don't know if the corporate Sony would. You know what I mean? They might say, man,
Well, if they launched at that, that's not what they're gonna stay at. They might be staying at a quarter of that or half that. But
right? Or
that's the thing is, everyone's like, "Oh, that's not a bad number." I'm like, "That's not a bad number for like a double A team or very
But
small."
once again, we don't know that.
I do.
right? No,
We don't
no,
know
but
that.
Fuck
you
if I
know,
don't.
but they're having a new map. Their raid, end game raid. So the numbers might go up, or it might stay the same. I don't
Yeah.
think that this game's going to die like Highgar or Conquer.
No.
No, they're
You know
not
what I
gonna
mean?
pull it after
But
they
I
already
think
spent all that money.
I
but
think it's going to be steady. But the question is, will the suit of Sony will be happy with those kinds of numbers?
Yeah.
And I
no,
just want to say something else about the learning curve that Henry just mentioned, because it's a very good point. I heard a post from one of the developers on Twitter, and he was saying that people today have a very low attention span. He was saying that people don't like to read, and I forgot how he worded,
shit.
but
These
it's
days, most people don't know how to fucking read.
right, and he's right. This game requires a lot of reading. You have to learn just all the items, and has a steep learning curve. And unfortunately, a lot of gamers don't like doing that. I don't mind doing it. I don't mind the challenge. But Henry's right. This game requires a challenge, and some people don't like that. But I hope it stays steady, because I probably gonna pick it up probably in the couple of next weeks if it does, because I like everything about how it looks, and I don't have an issue with challenging games, because I play Soul Likes, and God's sakes, I just got the Platinum Returnal, but
Yeah.
and I played games back in the NES, Super NES. Those games were hard as fuck, so I don't have an issue with that.
Lord
Mhm.
Metroid, I was
Mhm.
talking to Henry about this, and I said, the reason I think the numbers are gonna stay as they
Mhm.
are, and they're not gonna drop off. I mean, of course, it'll
Right.
be drop off enough, but what I mean by drop is like a huge drop off. It's because number one, Destiny did the same thing when it came out, right? It only
Right.
grew over time. Now, true, the initial numbers
Yeah,
with
no, that
Destiny were
motherfucker
way
sold
higher,
like 10 million copies
Oh,
and
for sure. Yeah, way higher. Yeah.
but still,
at a higher price point
but they
fucking 10 years
needed,
ago.
but Destiny 2, they needed their money from the live service aspect of the game. But anyways, but the difference between Marathon and a High Guard, as an example, or
No, they
actually
didn't because the Destiny was full price when it came out.
talking about
Yeah, it
Destiny
was.
2, where the numbers were
So was
way
Destiny
higher
2.
where when
Yeah,
they came out.
I paid
yeah, I played
$90 day one.
By the way, I played Destiny 1 and took 300 hours on them. So I played the games myself.
$90 on a live,
Yeah.
you're fucking high. Anyways, but the difference between
I didn't buy any microtransactions though. Everyone asked me how I got all my equipment or how much it costed me. I was like,
the
a
difference
lot of
between
hours.
Marathon and these other games, and the reason why I think the numbers are going to stay consistent and not just consistent, grow, is not because I really love the game, but just looking at it from a logical sense. Marathon had a beta they did last year. That beta weeded out a lot of people that had no interest in the game. Number
Right.
two, they had another beta after they did some fixes. Same thing, weeded out a lot of people that didn't want to be in the game. And then the server slam weeded out even more people. So if you notice that the trend, yeah, it peaked at 80 some thousand players, but
About 80, yeah.
but the trend has been roughly the same. They haven't been losing anything. And not just that, look at the PlayStation Store, it's rated at a 4.3 something. On Steam, it's a very good rated game. So the reason I think it's going to stay consistent is because the players that are here actually like the game. And the
Right.
more the game is shown, the more people play the game, the more it goes viral, the more it will grow. And I think the more communication happens with the game, such as podcasts like this, the more people will understand that this isn't like an Arc Raiders, this isn't like a Hunt Showdown. And with the patience, baby, it'll grow. But then the other side of this too is just like any game, right? Just like a Souls game, just like many difficult games, the more people learn the game and get good at it, the more they love it, right? We've seen these Soul players, they'll buy the fucking game on PlayStation, get the platinum, buy it on Steam, get the platinum, they'll buy the game 300 times and get the platinum or the highest achievement possible because they mastered it. Now they love it and they don't want to let it go. And now all they're
Absolutely.
playing is Souls games. So I think the game will
Can I
go.
just add something real quick?
Yeah.
Anyone, please get the Demon Souls remake. It's one of the best Souls Likes ever made. I love that game. I finished that game. I played it. I played Demon Souls on PS3 and PS5. Any PlayStation owners, you like those kinds of games, buy it. It's phenomenal. And rest in peace, Blue Point. You did your thing. Continue, please.
I did the thing. But no, that's it. Do you guys have anything to say about Marathon? The numbers, Henry, anything else? Nelson, anything else? Lord Metroid?
No,
Just
I might
to-
be picking
just
it up
to-
next week.
Just to put a little, pick it up because you was having a blast during the service slam.
I was.
But initially I figured after the dust settled, it settled down, and I figured it hit 60, 70, which is I think solid, and I think when you look at something like this, we'll never know what they expected to do. Of course, Sony gonna have high expectations of it. You know what I'm saying? But I would be curious because when High Guard shut down, they shared all the metrics about the game, about how good it did on each platform and where the engagement was and everything. And turns out that PlayStation was a place to play that bitch. That shit was popping while people was out here sharing Steam charts. So, and Will shared with me a video by Astrocross that reminded me that for Bungie games, PlayStation is the place. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And not to say that it's doing like crazy numbers, but it's probably doing about the same amount at least
If not
that
more.
it's doing as I'm just at least come on now,
Yeah.
I'm just say at least as it's doing on Steam. You know what I mean? Because the Destiny does better on consoles. So
And it's this perception that because I hate fanboy bullshit, but because it's a Bungie, Sony owns Bungie. It's, a lot of people from Xbox
A lot of the
might not
PC
be.
player, I think
Which
it's more the
I
PC
don't.
players
I
than
mean,
anything.
in my opinion,
They
if it's
hate
a multiplayer
PlayStation.
game on different platforms, you should judge it by the game, not by who owns it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm sorry. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Harry. Yeah.
Yeah. And and we also shared that post about that one guy, and Nelson shared it on X about the one guy who played it. I think he rated it like a 6 or a 7. something like that
Damn
with it.
it.
And he was like,
Right.
he gonna give it a. He said he gonna
He
give it
gave
a
it a
zero.
zero because PlayStation made it.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
And also
Yeah,
and the thing about this game too is that, like Lord Metro was saying, or Henry was saying, there's a lot of reading. There's a lot of PC game. Like,
Yeah, I
what's the
said
number
that.
one
Yeah,
game on
yeah.
PC? Is Spire. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Slay the Spire too.
Slay the Spire. The game before that was Mugenics. Like, let's be real, bro. I look at the PC Steam charts almost
You're
every
weird.
day. This is the top 3 games. And out of the,
Banana fucking
no, it's worse than
wallpaper
that.
simulator. No offense
Out
to
of
the
the
Nate.
out of the top 3 games, 2 of them will be like my wife's The Neighbor is Lonely, and then the second one would be
Yeah,
my
I know,
wife's
it's
my
fucking-
stepsister's helping me with the laundry today. Wink.
Yeah.
Right. So
It's, it's crazy. Yeah.
so when we say-
They put some weird
hentai,
shit, man.
hentai 2026 XX
Yes.
edition.
Yes. So when we say that this type of game is probably going to have at least the same amount of number, if not higher, which I think is going to be higher on PlayStation, there is some credence in there.
Hey, you know what number 5 is right now? Bongo Cat.
Yes. So when I hear
Number 6 is 5M. What the fuck is 5M?
when I hear Steam players, like I can't take them
What's
serious.
Deadlock?
And
These are
normally
the top games.
those
Deathlock-
numbers,
Deathlock gonna be clean.
yeah, it is.
Is that a
I'm looking
beta?
forward to that. It's everything's early access on PC. Everything.
No.
Fucking everything. But when I see PC Steam charts, I really like kind of roll my eyes at it because I know that it's only gonna be there for a day, if that, and then it'll be gone. And then fucking Mr. Miyagi teaching me fucking how to touch my dick, it's gonna be back to number 1.
Yo,
You know,
here's 2 other games in the top 25. VR Chat and Terraria.
it's
What are we talking
ridiculous.
about here?
But and
What
look,
the fuck?
those games are
VR
also
chat.
number 1 on
So you pretend to
PlayStation.
chat with people?
Those games are also in the top 10 on PlayStation, but for more of trophy purposes, right? People want to go in, get the trophy, whatever, spend $1, $2, you get another platinum, call it a day, which I don't understand either, but whatever. But it's just a
Me
different
either. It's
type
like,
of gamer.
It's like, oh, I didn't enjoy that, but I got a trophy. It's like, boy, you were not successful in real sports, I can tell.
But let's move on to Resident Evil real quick, because Resident Evil came out last week Friday. I just beat it a few days ago. Nelson is currently still playing it. But what I really want to talk about Resident Evil real quick is a couple different things. Number 1, I actually want to pull this up because Lord Metroid, I think it was Lord Metroid Henry, I forget. It was about the retention of gamers, right? And I said something along the line. I didn't say anything. But I said this on the podcast before, and Nelson's like, "Oh no, it's the fucking young people. Like, young people can suck my dick. They don't have the money that we have." But
Tell that to
there was an
Roblox.
article. Okay, you're talking about the exception, not the rule. It's the exception.
Fortnite.
Okay,
What do
the
you think,
exception.
fucking old people
Once
are
again,
playing?
the
Fucking
exception.
Pick a game. All right.
These are the exception, not the rule. But the thing, and let me pull it up here because I posted it on the Discord, and it was an article from PlayStation Europe or whatever the fuck they're called, and it was something of like, if you like Resident Evil, you're old. Fuck.
I am old, bitch.
Yeah, I know we are old, but that's the whole point. Hold on. Damn, did I
How old
share
are
it?
you, Nelson, by the way?
I'm almost 40.
Okay, yeah. No, dude, I'm almost 50. Stop.
Hey, you're old
Stop
too.
it. No, I know I am.
Not trying to be a dick. Just keep it
Oh, I
real.
know I am. But hey, my reflexes and my eyes still pretty good. I can game for quite a bit, so I'm good. Don't worry.
Right here. It says, if you're loving Resident Evil Requiem on PS5, there's a good chance you're old. You're old, right? That is the title of the article. And basically what they're saying here is based on USL's data and Matt Piscatella, and also let me read the tweet that he posted. He said, it's been extremely tough for new single-player narrative games to reach these kind of rankings over the last few years. And what he means by that is Resident Evil sold 5 million copies in a weekend, all right? Great to see this one break out. Game is also shown skewing to an older audience. Circana Player Pulse data shows over 60% of purchases intenders being aged 35 plus. So what? 3 million out of the 5 are bought by the 35-year-old plus crowd. Now, we got into the discussion, I don't know, a few months ago, where I told Nelson they need to be making more games for people like us because we're the ones spending the money, not the younger generation. There is a lot of the younger generation playing the games, but they spent very little. The per dollar amount, I
Yeah,
forgot.
that's why fucking they're making billions of dollars off these games.
Once again, the
Man, get
exception,
fuck outta-
not the
The
rule.
exception. There's a lot of exceptions.
There isn't that many exception. Look at the top 10. There's
Fuck, there's
19,000
you
games
don't
that
even
come
know.
out.
Like the
Gentlemen.
desert game that's coming out, that shit made almost $2 billion. I didn't even know what the fuck that was. Black Desert or whatever. That wasn't that big of a game. They just fucking soak up the cash.
Yeah, that's a PC-centric
insane.
game
What the fuck's your point?
based in Asia. Once again, the exception, not the rule.
Whatever.
So when we go back further in this generation, and the top selling games of this console generation were
Goddamn,
single
you vote with your
player
emotions.
games. This is not my emotion. This is just facts.
It is that's emotion.
Nelson, we literally have
Because
an
you don't like
article
'em.
saying that the first game of the year that sold 5 million copies, the majority were purchased by 35-year-old plus gamers.
It's the only
60%.
goddamn game that's come out this year.
That is not the only game that's come out this year. We have 3
That's a
big
big game.
AAA games that come out this year.
Like what? What
Can
are
you
these
remember their
games?
names?
No.
What's that one Souls-like game that came out in February?
I don't fucking know.
Exactly.
Don't play that shit.
Exactly. But you play Resident Evil because you're fucking old.
Yeah, I'm old.
I believe you're referring to Neo 3.
Well, Neo 3 and the other one
Oh,
too.
those never
It's like a burp off fucking Souls game. They did this is the second one. Crimson, no, not Crimson. They had to come out with a patch to make it easier.
Lords of Fallen.
No, not Lords of the Fallen. That didn't come out this year or
Oh, I
last
wish.
month.
The P.
Yeah.
No, this month or last month, February. Came out in February.
Is that
Anyways.
exclusive or multiplayer?
No,
Nelson, or-
multiplayer. Multiplayer.
interesting.
Can't even remember the name.
It's on PlayStation. I think it starts with a C, but I'm unsure. Anyway, that's besides the point.
There's
But-
usually only a handful of non-Nintendo or fucking Sony games that make
Anyways, let me ask
fucking
this
5 million
question.
sales in a whole
And,
year rather than 5 days.
But when you look at this console generation, what was the other game that they said it was a boomer shooter? Fucking Warhammer 40K, right? Another game that the majority were older crowds.
I don't know what that sold, but it made money, I guess.
Yeah, it sold a good amount. It sold a real good amount.
I think it sold like 7 or 8 million copies. But anyways, the numbers show that millennials and older are spending way more money per person than the younger generation. It's like, just as an example, guys, so don't crucify me for these numbers, but it's like we're spending $20, but there's only a million of us. They're spending $1, but there's 20 million of them. You understand what I'm saying? So even though that the per dollar amount is way smaller because they have a much bigger base, then they're making more money. But the problem is that they are very finicky. We just talked about eugenics. We talked about my neighbors helping me do the laundry. We talked about those are the type of games that they're buying. So it's hit or miss if the game's going to be successful or not. But if you create single player games, narrative driven, with high quality, with that boomer mentality, you have a much higher chance of doing well. What do you think about that, Lord Metro? Why I look up the name of this fucking game. What do you think of what happened with Resident Evil, that the older crowd is the one that bought 60% of the 5 million over the last weekend? And of course, that number is only going to keep increasing because we all know that we're adults. We have busy lives. We're not going to get to a game day one. We'll get to it maybe a month two. What do you think about that?
I think there's a missing point that the reporter of this article missed, is that Resident Evil is a very well established IP,
Yeah,
right?
huge.
It goes
It's got
back
like
to the
50
not right.
But
Back
that's
to
why I
the
brought
90.
up Warhammer as well,
Yeah.
Stellar Blade, games
So,
like that.
A lot of the
Blade didn't
people,
sell that well either.
a lot of the people that bought
Nothing so
Resident
well.
Evil
3 million
Requiem,
sucks.
We
Yeah.
know.
Kidding me.
Yes, we know. We're aware.
you know, a lot of
It's
the
not
people
great.
that bought the game, I heard it's very good. I haven't played it. I'll probably wait for a sale because I'm not the biggest Resident Evil fan. But the people that bought the game grew up with those games, right? And there's kind of like they stay with it, they like the game, and they bought it. So it makes sense that most of the people are like my age, but I'm pretty sure some young dudes are playing it too. One of my coworkers, as a matter of fact, he's like in his 20s, and he bought it and he's having a blast. So, but I'm not surprised that it sold 5 million copies because again, the Resident Evil franchise is very popular, and a lot of the games, a lot of the dudes grew up playing them, so it makes sense that it sold that well. So yeah, that's what it is, in my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
absolutely. I agree the
Yeah.
same thing.
Hmm.
Well, not just that it's long standing, but like I mentioned, is
It's
that
been
is a
consistently
game.
good. Like few franchises have been.
And
for
also,
a long
it also
time.
helps that the game is actually good, from what I've been hearing.
Yeah,
Fucking it's
well,
the best.
Yeah.
It's the best game this gen.
Yeah.
it's
Hmm.
This
very
should be at
good.
20 million.
Hmm.
And not just is it very good, but it's attracting the consumer base that is spending the most money.
Yeah, and also proves that single player games will sell if there's something that people actually want to play and it's of good quality, right?
Well, I've been
That's
arguing
always the
for that
case. Yeah.
for
Mhm.
years now, right? Where
Oh,
I'm
me
like,
too.
even with Bungie, even while
Forever.
playing
Yeah.
Marathon,
Mhm.
I'm like, they really should do a single player campaign to this. And I think you will bring a lot more people into your live service. I've never pictured a live service game to be the main dish. To me, a live service game should be the side dish. And if it grows to be the main dish, great. But you shouldn't start off with it as the main dish. I think that's going to decrease your chances of it succeeding because now you have to be extraordinary in order for it to do the numbers that you pump into it. Henry, what do you
Right.
think about that?
What I think, I got a bit of a, I think, because I've told you this before that they should do a marathon collection and re-release it. I think that would be good for just this game in general. Those are single player games. They got and a lot of older guys in the fan base, so it's on the topic. Because those games came out before Halo came out. You know what I mean? So I think that would be a
And
good
it was a single
decision,
player game.
huh?
And it was a single player game.
Yeah. So I think
Hmm.
that would be a good decision for him, and in that way, you got a whole story for some people to die. Say for example, if Marathon, the extraction shooter, is your first foray to the IP, and you're interested in it, and then they drop their collection, more than likely you gonna jump off in that collection, and then what I'm saying, immerse yourself further inside the universe and what they put together. I also think when I initially thought of this, I initially thought of this, I was like, man, they probably they probably could have put them boys Blue Point on it, man, and brought that
Hmm.
to fruition and seen how that done before they got rid of them, because them games just sitting there. You know what I'm saying? And it would just be perfect to have this come out,
Code
and
Vein.
then
Jesus
who?
Christ. Code Vein.
You're right. Cold
Oh,
Vein
Cold
too.
Vein too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Thank you,
I
Nelson.
would
You're
have. I
right.
would have never.
I
I
would
would
have
have
never
never.
got that because I haven't heard
Yeah.
anybody mention that at all.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
point.
People spoke about it
Hmm.
for like 24 hours.
Not even.
But
I didn't
I
hear
didn't. Not
nobody
even.
talk
It was
about it.
about 24 seconds.
yeah. So I think if like they drop that collection, or even just remake them one at a time, and have Blue Point do their thing to it, and it's whatever. Did they use Unreal 5? I mean Unreal 4
Like
for
I
I,
the
don't
like I
know.
code?
said with Blue Point, it's like it couldn't. It was like, how could you not get your shit together? They had a career
Bro, they
like
didn't want to
you
get
can
that
do
shit
Infamous,
together.
Infamous 2, Resistance 1, Resistance 2, Sly Cooper collection. Fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like I can keep you busy for the next 150 years
Yeah, they
just of
had
shit
they
that's been
they had
released.
options, especially with a game like
Motorstorm,
Marathon with
Motorstorm
the
2,
history.
fucking Warhawk, redo Warhawk. You know what I'm saying? Like, holy fuck. There's so many games.
But
I probably would have voted for Legend of Dragoon personally.
Yeah, I don't think they could have done that.
You
No,
know,
of course not.
I want to, let's get into that conversation real quick
That's way too
because
big of a game
there's a
to
big
remake. That'd be like a
misconception
$400 million budget.
about those fucking games. A lot of those games failed. A lot of those games
Hmm.
towards their life and end of life, they failed. SOCOM was a big one. People would keep calling for SOCOM back, but that motherfucker flopped hard. Now, true, we
Yeah,
can
because
say,
the games got worse and worse.
hey, okay, and you think they can make a better job now
Yes.
versus back then? Fuck. We barely get a handful of really good games a year now, where back then everything was revolutionary.
Yeah, but I think if
Yeah, we get a lot more
if you
games
make
these
a if
days.
you make a SOCOM game that is robust and definitely well designed, it will do well because military shooters are like the rage these days. You know what I mean? So I think it could. You just have to have the right studio
All
to
you gotta
do
do
it.
is be better
Well,
than an Ubisoft. How fucking
Of
hard is that?
of course, right? Of course it could
Hard.
be the best. Of course it could,
Hell
but
no, they're
Now,
terrible.
Now, I'm not saying it's going to be successful because, again, it's a double-edged sword, right? Now there's more competition from that genre that back when they made it, right? So you're gonna have to take in a risk no matter what. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yes, but we
Yeah.
can say that about any game. We can say that, okay, if they got the right team with the right motivation, with the right skills, with the right amount of money, they can make a banger game. Of course
Right.
they can. But the question is, are they even capable, right? And that's a discussion we've been having this whole console generation. Look, we're getting more games than ever, right? But how many games are we for real sitting here and saying, man, this is going to be one of the best games of all time? Like, we've seen that how many times this
Of all
console
time,
generation? A
not a
handful?
lot, but there fucking are always tons of games to play. There's more games than ever. Like, it's ridiculous, honestly.
But that is a perfect opportunity for some of these developers to really hone down. And look, we're seeing it from the Asian market, right? They're making the testosterone filled games that are doing extremely well.
Oh yeah.
But it's just not that simple. There's way too
No,
many
no, no.
politics involved in the video game industry. There's way too
For
much
sure.
money, too many people with their hands in the fucking cookie pie, cookie jar. Everybody wants to be the next one to innovate something while they're not innovating anything. And then they're blaming the gamers for the failure of it all. But I just thought that I wanted to bring up Resident Evil real quick because I found that statistics to be very interesting.
Very interesting. Yeah.
And it doesn't surprise me at all, right?
I
When
mean, to be honest, Capcom has been on a roll, besides Exoprimal that went extinct, the pun intended.
a live service.
But Capcom
live
has been on a
service.
roll, and good for them because I grew up
There
playing
was
the
nothing
games.
to do in that damn game.
I never played it, but I heard it wasn't very good.
There's one
Yeah.
mode. You go through and kill some zombies and try to do it faster. It's like, that's it.
Well, and I don't want to
Right,
say
right.
Exo Primal is because it was a lot. Well, it is because of the
And
live
actually,
service,
I
but that's not
played
the only
demo or
one.
whatever.
They had
the
they have Resident Evil live service games that failed this generation as well. So it's
Yeah,
not
you're
just Exo Primal; it's all of Capcom's live service games that have failed.
You're right.
And that's another situation of do what you're good at, right? And that's what
Yeah,
my
that's right.
argument's been with PlayStation.
Absolutely.
Do what you're good
Do
at.
what you're good at. Single player experiences.
Now, if you're not going to, if you want to expand, which I'm okay with as well, because then we get something like Marathon that I really like, but don't make that your main priority. Always make it a side dish. And if it becomes the next big thing, then let it happen naturally, like Fortnite did, right? But we're never going to get into the hand or inside the heads of these executives and studio heads.
Yeah.
No,
So
they dive right into the end of the pool. They don't slowly walk in.
no, exactly. But Henry, let me ask you this about the live service aspect since I have you here. But what do you think the secret is to making a successful live service? Now, try to look at this not from somebody who loves them, but from outside looking in. Like, how did Marathon get somebody like me who hates live service games into liking it? How did, like from that kind of aspect, what would you say?
I play Helldivers almost every day still, and I play very, very few.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think it's because it's just more to it than just running around shooting, running around sliding, and trying to run up a kill streak. It's strategy to it.
If you do that, you're actually losing the game. You burn up.
Yeah. So it's a lot of thought that go into it. You got to be very methodical as a player, even when you open your map and picking the points of interest you going to, and it could be NPCs there, it could be players there, it could be elites and mini bosses there and stuff. So you really got to take all that into account before you make a move on a position. Whereas in like a Call of Duty or a Battlefield, it's not like that. You just you go out there, you shoot some guys up, and you die. You immediately respawn in the same map in the same match with the same ski, with the same score, with the same guns, and that's just it. And with this game, it's not like that. I think it's the strategy portion. Now, moving forward, I think just having the gameplay mechanics down is not going to be enough no more. It's not going to be enough to just have a game with crisp shooting, buttery movement, beautiful.
Like I said,
graphics.
a lot of the games that are being more successful are the first ones that do something different. It's hard to pull players away from something that's just like something they've already got $5,000 invested into.
But even then, that's not true because look at Marathon. What game has this art style? None. And it's doing something new, and it's not working out the best for them. At least we think. So even that's not enough.
Yeah, well, people
So I
don't
think
like that shit to begin with.
so.
A lot of
You know,
it's that
to tell
fucking
to tell
online
Henry
crap.
that
Ironically, in my opinion, the art style of marathon is his strongest point.
Yeah,
You
me
know,
too.
yeah, I fuck with
you
it.
know what I
The
mean? Yeah,
marathon.
Yep.
I mean the
yeah,
art style crazy.
The art
yeah.
style is my reason to play a game for this one. That is my first initial reaction when I saw Marathon. When I say look for reasons to play a game, the art style was that reason. And then you find out about the lore. Then you play the game and the shooting feels phenomenal. Now I already got three reasons because the first one took me to two and the second one took me to three. But sorry, Henry, before
Hmm.
we cut you off, what were you saying, man?
Oh yeah. To take a page from your book, I think, and this is one reason why I think that Naughty Dog would have done well with Factions 2 because
Yeah.
what Naughty Dog has to offer the
Oh, I
live
know.
service genre is their storytelling. You know, so I feel like in whatever they were gonna present, they was gonna have a hook in it as far as you being hooked into the world, the story, and it's already established lore inside of that. So people already have a connection to it. So like moving forward, I think what they're gonna have to bring to it, it just is a hook, a way to get the player connected and bonded with whatever world you got going on. Because I think now people use the word generic when the game just don't have nothing specifically to itself to hook you into it. You know what I mean? Because people spoke to High Guard as being generic, and there were some things that were from Apex. You know what I mean? It visually it was not a beautiful game, to keep it all with shit like PS4 game.
Hmm.
But
High
but
Guard
the act
looked like it took three different games DNAs and fucking threw it all together.
sure. I mean, but the raid and the raid and portion of it was tight. You know what I mean? That part was good. Because they had like going to get the shield breaker was kind of like the capture the flag portion of it. And then you had a search and destroy portion of it where you gotta attack the bases. That part was tight. It was cool. It was good, but they just didn't have no hook to it. You know what I mean? It was no reason for people to get attached to it aside from the gameplay. And if all you got is your gameplay, then
Yeah,
what's the
like in like something like that's there's something you got the loot, gear,
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
add-ons attached, all that shit.
Well, that goes to the people that say gameplay is king, right? Oh, gameplay is king. Obviously, it's not. And we talked about
Nah,
this
it's
as well.
not.
Style is not king neither. It has to be a combination of things. Look, gamers are more than one dimensional. We're
Yeah,
multi-dimensional.
especially these multiplayer games too. People spend their fucking life and life savings on them. They're not gonna leave unless you stand out. You know what I mean?
Now, the other
Like,
thing I think that Marathon did different than High Guard as well is that they both of them got hated immediately, but High Guard or I mean, Des Marathon was able to earn some of these people back, where Marathon or I mean High Guard failed to do so. And I think that was the big difference there. And I think Henry's right, where they didn't have more than gameplay, and it got dragged down. They had the
Hmm.
content. They were listening to the gamers, right? They were
Yep.
implementing shit on the fly. So it wasn't that either. It was just it didn't have that umph. And High Guard also another thing that hurt them that Marathon didn't do. And shout out to Hero is High Guard went silent. Marathon
Hmm.
didn't. Destiny didn't. From day one, they got the players involved. For day one, Henry, remember me and you talking about all the surveys and what we were answering and
Yep.
we were
Yep.
brainstorming. They took that shit serious. There were so many implementations that I myself asked that I see in the game now. But anything else you gentlemen want to say about Resident Evil Requiem, Marathon, live service? Because I do want to ask you guys one more
I
question
want to
about
say
Resident
people
Evil.
need to start being smarter about how they do these live service rollouts. Like, you should be having like and let people know this is a fucking real early version of this game, but putting out like closed betas like a year out, then 16 months, then 3 months before that bitch is gonna come out, you have an open beta, so you have time to address shit people don't like before you toss that bitch out there and try to fix it on the fly.
Facts.
Hmm.
Well, let
Because
me.
then it's too late. Once everyone's like, well, fuck, I ain't paying for that bullshit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's too late now.
There's more you have to do with a live service game, as you should. Why do I say that? Because the reward is, I mean, you can get rich. You can get rich overnight. I mean, you can say that about a lot of games, but if your live service game pops, guys, you're going from broke to
Billions.
riches real quick. So yeah, you should earn that motherfucker. And look, not every game is going to be a lucky break at the right time, right place. Unfortunately, that's not the real
Yeah, a
world.
lot of it's timing too, honestly, because it's like you put a game in development and then all of a sudden 3 games similar to it come out right before yours. Like, well,
Now we're back to
That's not
talking
very
about the difference between the people that work for their success versus the people that were born beautiful and rich, right? The people that are born beautiful and rich are going to be one in a million, where the people that work themselves all the way up, you're going to see a lot of that way more. Same thing with the live service game. If you get lucky and you pop off, well, you're one of the lucky runs. Once again, the exception, not the rule. But let me guys ask you about still keeping with the Lord Metro. You got something to say about that before I ask you guys the next question?
No, I think you guys pretty much covered things up. But I want to add here, Hero Down Under. He was right about High Guard went silent. They should, keep the community engaged. They should do some feedback, because when you know the community the way they did, it sends a bad message. You don't want to do that. You want to keep them engaged, show them updates. Hey guys, look at the characters, look at the maps. What do you think? And they never did that, and that's not how you engage a potential audience, and that was a huge mistake. And I like High Guard, by the way, but that was a critical mistake,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Yeah.
Well, moving on, still staying with Resident Evil. So I don't want to talk about the leaks, right? But the leak is that they're working on Resident Evil 1 or 0 or Code Veronica, one of these remakes, which I think they need to remake all 3. But what I want to ask you guys, the gamers, is which game should Capcom work on next? Like it should be the next release. Should it be 0, 1, or Code Veronica? Let's start with you, Henry. What do you think? I know you don't really play with Resident Evil too much, but based on what you know, which one will you pick that they should do next?
Code Veronica.
Code Veronica. What about you, Lord Metroid?
Of all the Resident Evils that I play, I only play 1, 2, and 3. I play Code Veronica on the Dreamcast. I think Code Veronica merits it more, but my subjective tells me that I would like to see a remake on the same fashion as the ones that we have now of Resident Evil 1. Even though the GameCube remake was excellent, there's something special about Resident Evil 1, being in that mansion and, all the, kind of like narrow corridors. And I would definitely will have to say Resident Evil 1. Yeah.
Yeah, so Nelson, what about you?
Veronica.
Okay, so
Veronica.
Hero says RE5. I think for RE5 they need to do a complete reimagining with that one. They need to just reimagine the game and start over with that one. I think a remake will do it no favors. It plays more modern, so I think that's the one that needs the least amount of help. But a reimagining of the game, I think, could do a lot of good. But the game that I would like to see first is either 1 or 0. I think it's time that we go back to the basics, but I understand that is one of the more difficult games to remake because it is so old. And the old school,
they only came out 2 years apart. I think the problem, I say Veronica over 1 just because at least 1 has a pretty good remaster that makes it a lot more playable today, and Veronica is still stuck in 2001 or whatever it was.
Good point. Yeah, I still go with 0. I want, just like Silent Hill 2. I didn't understand why the fuck they were working on 2 instead of like Silent Hill 1, but I learned why. And they need to get working on the next one. Same thing with Metal Gear. I'm not quite sure why they did Delta, or I wasn't, but now I know. What's up, Lord Metroid?
Yeah, man. I don't know. A lot of people don't realize when Resident Evil 1 came out on the PS1, it was revolutionary, man. It looked amazing. It was phenomenal with the pre-render rooms and
You've
the
never
textures.
played nothing like that too.
And the fucking dogs jumping on the damn windows almost gave me a heart attack.
When that fucking first zombie
Yeah,
turns
I
around,
was
you're
like-
like, "Whoa, get the fuck out of here!"
Yeah, I
dude.
was like, damn, what the hell's going? So that game was revolutionary when it came at that time. But yeah, I will have to say Resident Evil 1. Yeah, personally. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, the next topic I want to get into, and let me just catch up with the chat real quick. I haven't spoken to them. Fuck, I'm sorry, chat.
shout out to the
William
chat, too.
says, "What's up, William? Bungie's a better company. I think that they are a much better company. They need to just get on their shit." Yes, Queen Miku, we are unks. You're the only fucking youngin in here. But Queen Miku being so young, she she loves single player games. She got tired of the live service stuff as a child. And mind you, she's 18. So she got tired of it pretty fucking quick in her peak teenage
I would
years.
love to be 18
So that's
again.
interesting for her, or for it's just interesting in general.
I don't, shout out to the chat, by the way, man. I don't want to be 18 again. I didn't have
Me
no
neither.
money.
I do.
Hell
Me
no.
neither. I'm cool with 25, but
I'm
18.
good, man.
Nah, I like my experience. I think experience beats fucking
Hey,
youth
you want
any
to
day
stay
of the
young?
week.
Have the get your sleep, drink a lot of water. There you go.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah.
But what I was gonna say is, moving on to the next topic. That's what I was just catching up with the chat real quick. So this next topic, we're gonna combine two topics in one. It's gonna be Xbox and PlayStation.
Oh boy.
The
But
GOAT box is back.
yes, but the first thing I want to bring up with you guys is I want to get each of your opinions, and we'll go around the corner. We'll start with Lord Metroid then. And actually, let's start with Henry. For
Yeah,
some
start with
reason,
Henry. Yeah.
I picture Henry on the right side of me, and then Lord Metroid like to the next of Henry, and I picture Nelson in front of me. So I don't know why. Maybe that's I don't know. But Henry,
What's poppin'?
I want to ask everybody the same question, but give me one or two reasons of why exclusives are important. And once you're done, before we pass it on Lord Metro and we get his reasons, I'm going to ask you one more question. But give me 1-2 reasons why exclusives are important. In your opinion, doesn't have to be based on factual data. No, just your personal opinion.
The main reason I feel like exclusives are important is
You said that shit like an essay. Well, today,
right? I had to stand in front of the class and read that bitch out loud.
Yeah,
But,
this man is from Oxford. You understand?
Yeah, hey.
But because it allows the developer to just focus on that, you know what I'm saying, that one platform and squeeze all the juices they can out of it. And the people who are so against crunch and all this other stuff, they ought to love that idea. You know what I mean? And I feel like when you're able to narrow your focus, and I feel like that's why, Naughty Dog games are at the level they are. That's why Santa Monica games are at the level they are. I don't think, and I'll just say my second reasoning is also I feel like we get the games faster than we would if they were multi-platform. So it's because the developers are able to focus and produce high quality. And my second reason is because they're able to produce so more quickly than they would if they were putting everything on PC and Switch and Xbox. So those are my two reasons.
Okay, Lord Metro. Oh, the one question I was going to ask you. Actually, I'll say the question for everybody at the end. I think that's going to start an argument. Lord Metro, what is your 1 or 2 reasons that you think that exclusives are important?
Competition. It makes your competitors to strive for better games themselves because they have a quality game on that platform that they don't have. Like, for example, look at Team Asobi with Astrobot. Astrobot is phenomenal. It's almost as good as any 3D Mario platformer. You don't think that Team Asobi was watching Mario Odyssey or Mario Galaxy and they said, man, we have to try to at least get to the level of Nintendo's, development's, philosophy, and they almost did because Astrobot is really good. So it kind of incentivizes it. Well, in my opinion, you should. Xbox or Nintendo too. Incentivize your competitors to strive for better games themselves because they don't have that game on their platform, right? So I think that's one of the main reasons. The other reason is, you get to buy, the console that you want to play the games, right? You don't have any access to it. So again, that's kind of goes back what I said about the competition. You make games that your competitors
Sony
don't
and
have.
Nintendo weren't building games for their own platforms. How many fucking great games they just be soaking up that third party money and not putting forth any effort into the bitch.
Thank you, Hero. Forget about this nonsense that the executives tells you. They don't make the games.
Yeah.
When you have your exclusive games, it makes your competition to produce better games. They have to, because if they don't, guess what? Whoever wants to play the best quality games are gonna go to that platform.
What makes you different than anybody else?
Right. Yeah. That's what makes exclusives good, in my opinion. The competition nature of it. Yeah.
Nelson, what about you?
Yeah, same thing. Think about it. If I were to make like a top 50 list of games on any generation, like half of them are exclusive to one platform or the other.
Mm-hmm.
It just is what it is. And think of how many games are not exclusive. The majority, right?
Yep.
But half the best games were exclusive to fucking Nintendo 64. Where would that bitch be without first and second party games?
Right.
That bitch would have sold 100,000 fucking units. Get the fuck out of here.
All right. Now let me guys ask you this: if Xbox went back, or let me ask you guys this: can exclusive save Xbox, or is it too late? Henry, go ahead. And the reason I bring this question up is because, you know, all of a sudden Xbox fans are talking about how good exclusives are when, you know, just last week they were,
a week ago, fucking,
you know,
they were
anti-consumer and gamers should be able to play everywhere and all this shit. But just to go along with it,
these
if
motherfuckers
Xbox
trade off every time they get a glint of hope. They're fucking like, they're good, they're bad, what are we being told today? It's like the fucking people that turn on the news to find out what they're supposed to be.
And this is a real question because I don't want you to see it from the perspective of they come out with exclusives the way they're at now. No, I'm saying they actually get on their shit. Let's say E-Day's a banger, the next Halo's a banger, Fable is a banger. Will it have enough momentum?
Yeah, that's
hey,
what
if it wasn't for Halo,
if they produce,
Xbox wouldn't even had a 360. Let's be honest.
Good, well, not even just good. If they produce great exclusives, take them off. You know, PlayStation. Don't put nothing on Nintendo.
It's too late for that platform, though.
I'll just say, bro, we speaking hypotheticals, brother.
Well, we're gonna get to you, Nelson.
Remove the move. I would say get rid of Game Pass altogether, but I would say remove day one games from PC Game Pass. Remove that. Because they already moved the day one games to the top tier. But I think they got a chance, but they also they gonna need more than 1 or 2 games. They gonna need more than 1 or 2. They gonna have to have.
Yeah, they've been fucking. They haven't had a great game in fucking 20 years. Fucking.
But they're gonna have to have like 5 of them, and they're gonna have to all be excellent game of the year contender games.
Okay, so yes, but would it get them back up to being an actual competitor with PlayStation and Nintendo? Can they get to that within a couple years?
Yeah.
Now the next question. Go ahead.
I said, especially if they do that piece with, like, as far as the Game Pass. Yeah.
Now let me ask you a follow-up question before I ask Lord Metro the same thing, and then Nelson. Would Xbox even have the patience to do that?
Fuck no, because they lose so much motherfucking money.
Well, nah.
I mean, they're already losing money, so.
I know, but imagine if they stop putting it on where they sell the most of their games. Could you imagine how many copies fucking Call of Duty sells without PlayStation?
That just started happening a year ago. It's already out of the top 20.
I'm talking about for the year. Like, it was like third. That shit's usually in first by 300%.
Same questions. Is it too late for Xbox? And would Xbox even have the patience if it was possible?
You mean for exclusives?
Yes.
Well, they certainly have the resources to do so. The issue is not if they can do the exclusive games. The issues are the exclusive games of quality, right? Well, like, for example, I'm looking forward to Gears E-Day. I'm a huge Gears of War fan, particularly the first 3 games. I don't like 4 and 5.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They were second.
Fucking garbage. If they make Gears E-Day with the same gory and the same bleak, atmosphere that the 3 games have, I will say that's a potential game that could sell Xboxes, because Gears is a very well-known franchise. But you have, just because you make an exclusive doesn't mean it's guaranteed success. It has to be of quality. It has to be something people of your ecosystem want to play, right? So there's no question, but they have the resources to do so.
I remember, Xbox gamers don't like the same games PlayStation gamers do.
Right, exactly.
They're separate.
They need to have the competitive drive to do so. I don't, if they can do it or not, I don't know, because I don't know what happens. I can't answer that. I don't work on the Xbox studios, but all the rumors have been swirling around. They need someone to look, behind their shoulders. But I think they could. But the games have to hit. Look at Wolverine. Everyone wants to play that. Phantom Blade Zero, which this is just me. I want to play Wolverine, but I'm gonna get Phantom Blade Zero first.
Man,
I'm just
fuck
keeping it in the
Phantom
box.
Blade.
I know
I'm
you were going
tired
to
of
say
that.
that.
I'm getting Phantom Blade before Wolverine.
Man,
I might
I'll
get
talk
Wolverine
about it
later.
when it comes out. Otherwise,
man,
fuck them.
Hey, man, I want to play that. Don't get in between my.
Hey,
my
I want to
taste,
play it
understand
too. No, I want to play it too. I think it looks great.
Yeah.
The thing that I'm pissed off, they've been showing it for
Phantom
fucking
Blade's my
20
most
years.
anticipated.
Yeah,
Like, shut the fuck up.
I
I just
wrong.
mentioned with you, but those two games alone, who pushed some consoles, PS5 consoles? That's how good they look.
Damn.
Xbox doesn't have that killer app. They just don't. And I have a Series X. I have the Halo Infinite limited edition. The Series X is a phenomenal console, but in my opinion, it's been underused. So yeah,
I got
that's just
my One
opinion.
X, and I got Super Lucky's Tale,
Yeah,
which I just picked up for $5 on Switch.
you have to produce games that platforms. Nintendo
Mario,
has
Zelda, God of War,
exactly, God of War.
Uncharted, fucking
And they have
Metroid, Kirby.
They have the IPs, but they have to be made of quality. That's my opinion. Yeah.
You know, Halo Infinite wasn't quality. Didn't you like those hairless rats? Fucking.
Now, the one thing, and I've said this before, is Xbox lost so much money over the last 10 years in specific, keeping Xbox alive, that the one time they went multi-plat is actually the one time they should have had the exclusives. And I think that ship has sailed. I think that there's no going back.
Yeah.
They are way,
Once they
into
spent that
deep.
$80 billion and they became dependent on sales on other, you can't take shit that sells almost all that money on everybody platform but yours.
One of the main issues
know
is
what I
that you have conditioned your install base on Game Pass.
Yeah.
If you remove Game Pass, you're probably
They're not
going to
go
have
back though.
It's going to be catastrophic for the brand. You can't just turn back on your subscribers and say, "Oh, we're going to go back to exclusives and all your library."
You haven't bought a game in 7 years, but now you're gonna have to do it.
Yeah, they can't do that. So they're kind of like in a conundrum.
But
right
also,
now, in my opinion.
but also,
It's
with
called
to
up
go
shit
along
creek.
with that is that they are phasing out Game Pass. I mean, they're charging $30 as is. It's not going to go cheaper, so they're already on their way.
Absolutely. Yeah,
And-
if the Game Pass goes up, it's it's already too expensive, in my opinion. I don't use the higher tier for none of these subs. $10 is what you get from me. I only do Nintendo because it's $50 a year. That's it.
And the other thing too is, and we've been bringing up Call of Duty a lot.
It's just a waste of money.
There is no yearly with Xbox.
No, I'm talking about PlayStation.
And also, even with Xbox, we've been talking about Call of Duty as a big example because it's 80 billion, right? But no, Xbox or Call of Duty should never be exclusive, just like the PlayStation Live Service game should never be exclusive. But when we're talking about games like Doom,
I'm just referring to single player games.
No, I know. But all those games, it's too late for them. They've already opened Pandora's gate. They've already. They don't even want to be in the console business anymore, which is going to lead me to the next question. Project Helix. Project Helix got announced this week.
It's PC.
And my question to you guys, has Xbox, and Henry brought up a good point, I'm going to ask Henry first, but has Xbox ever even said it's a PC hybrid?
I don't think so.
No, they haven't. Henry, give me the explanation you gave me that made sense.
Because that bitch is a PC.
To be honest, I actually don't even remember the explanation.
You said
but
the ROG Ally.
They're gonna just say it's an Xbox, just like that Asus thing.
Yeah, because they.
And then
they
people are gonna
said,
get it and be like, "Bitch, this ain't no Xbox. This is a piece of shit."
Yeah, they saw that was the marketing for it. This is the Xbox. It was throughout that whole. Everything is the Xbox marketing
Motherfuckers
campaign.
were returned in mass.
And so that's probably what they would rely on in order
this is an
to
Xbox.
even though they're not explicitly saying it, the campaign is still in people's minds that everything is an Xbox. You know what I mean? So they'll probably let it rock.
Done deliberate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Because every time they popped up, it was this is the Xbox, this is the Xbox, brainwashing the people.
Now the other
up until they get that machine in house and hook that bitch up, and then realize they can't. They gotta, in order to play some of their library, they got to access it through cloud streaming, and then be pissed off. But But yeah, bro, they never said it. I personally believe it's just gonna be a PC, which is fine if that's the case. But you know what I mean, just let people know, say it explicitly what it
Hmm.
is. Don't just let it float in the air and people guess and hope and because I've seen a couple of videos where people had believe that bullshit and
Yeah.
they went and spent that money, got the device, took that bitch home, realized it wasn't what they thought it was, and took
Hmm.
that bitch the fuck back.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you guys a follow up question. If it is a PC hybrid, now they're competing with Steam. The Steam box is coming out this year, and I'm gonna bring up the Steam box again shortly. But is there anything they can do to earn your business with that? With the Xbox hybrid, is there
You asking
anything
me
they can
specifically?
do? Yeah.
No, no, because like I spoke about this yesterday. Because when it come down to it, it's gonna be operating system versus operating system, and Steam is already damn near perfected that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft is consistently even still right now here today, and they was one of the first motherfuckers to put out a fucking operating system, and they still can't get it together. So if you spending that kind of money, and I guess that I put out from $600 to fucking $1,000. It's probably more than that, but just if you spending that kind of money, and I know for a fact this one company nails it, and I know for a fact this one company is inconsistent as fuck. I'm gonna go with the more consistent individual. That's who's gonna get my money, because
Yeah.
I'm not gonna gamble and spend that kind of money and hope that this is the time you finally get it right. Hell no. Hell
Yeah.
no.
Now, Lord Metroid, same question
Hmm.
to you. One, we just talked that Xbox never made the announcement that it's a console or that
Right.
it's a PC hybrid. What do you think? Do you think they will do a PC hybrid, or do you think they're going to do a straight up console? And one question I forgot to, or one thing I forgot to say before I ask Henry the question is, try to ignore everything these fucking journalists have said because they muddy the water so fucking much. I
Oh,
just want you
absolutely.
to answer the question based on what you've seen Xbox doing and what you think they might be doing. So do you think it may be a PC hybrid, or do you think they'll go back to the console, traditional console like how we know them to be?
You're asking me or Henry? I'm sorry.
Nope, you.
Yeah, I think it's probably going. It is a hybrid. That just you know what I mean. That just don't want to say it right now. It is a hybrid. It's a PC and a
Is it
console,
really
right?
hybrid, or is it just a Windows PC with an emulator in it?
Possibly,
It
but
still makes it a hybrid.
right. My
Is
point
it?
is that the thing is, if you make this whatever it is a hybrid, right? You have to make sure that all all the library of games you have has to carry over. Mainly the third party ones. That was the issue with Rogue Ally that Henry just said. You
Mm-hmm.
bought it and you found out, guess what? Your third party games are not gonna come with it because they're not owned by Xbox. You're only gonna be able to play the games that are in play everywhere, play anywhere, right? So if it is a Xbox, if it's a console and a PC, you should have all your digital games there. I kind of want to see what it is because I have over 450 digital Xbox games and physical games also. So I have a kind of incentive to see how it is. But at the same time, if it's too expensive, I'm probably just gonna get a Steam machine because I had a gaming PC. I said I don't have one because it's been like 10 years. It was like a 1060 Ti, right? And I never built another one. I could build a PC. I have no issues with it, but I just prefer console gaming, right? I've always been a console gamer first. Um, and as Henry said, you have to be clear on your messaging. You can't say it's not a hybrid and then oh, it's just Xbox. No, say what it is. And I don't. Hopefully they will, and I think they will. They don't want to keep the goodwill of the 30 or 40 million Xbox users they have.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah. Mhm.
Nelson, what about you?
And it ain't gonna help them regardless, because everyone's gonna buy shit off of it. Keeping Game Passes around is the only reason. It has to
Right.
be. Because ain't
Right.
nobody gonna fucking buy shit off their shitty ass store.
So I just do not care enough to give my opinion.
Hey, you know what's funny?
Hey,
you know,
that's fine. That's
I'm
Game
doing
totally
this
Logic.
for
fine.
you
Yeah.
guys, really, the chat, because I know that the news just broke, but I just don't give a fuck. I'm looking forward to E-Day and Fable, maybe a little bit of Forza. How I play it, I'd rather play it on PlayStation because it's my preferred controller, preferred console. And I also hate PC. I dislike it. I think if you're a keyboard and mouse gamer, you're fucking weird. It's not natural. And that's all I got to
I
say
don't
about
like I
that.
don't like it either. Yeah.
But
One more thing I want to say.
yes, go ahead.
If that's fine if you don't like it, what the hell, man? I gotta go. I lost my train of thought. Damn, I gotta take my pills.
I'm the same way. I stopped there. I'm like,
damn, son, no, I don't take any pills.
That's why I always
what the hell
butt
was I
in,
going to
because
say,
if I
man?
don't say it now in fucking 5 seconds, I'll never get it back.
Oh, if it is okay, another point. If it is a PC, it's going to have Steam. All right.
well,
Yeah,
yeah.
which makes
So
it makes
you're
it
giving
fucking,
some of your
there should-
you're basically giving some of your percentage revenue
30
All of it.
to Valve.
at least.
Oh, yeah.
So it
At
makes
least.
no sense.
Yeah.
That's what you know what I mean. So yeah,
that's
what
where
I
they
wanted to
make
And
say.
their
they're not
money
selling
from.
shit third party
Right,
because everyone's
right.
gonna get it from Steam because it works better, it runs better, it's got all the features and shit like that.
You know-
Probably cheaper.
Steam is cool, but I really, really don't understand why people suck Steam's dick so much. I find it to be annoying. I think their interface sucks ass.
Try
You
the
don't
Windows Store.
you don't own it. It's all licensed. Like it's just it's gross. PC is gross, bro. I just anyways, let's talk about a little bit about
I have no issue with PC gamers. I prefer console.
I do. I
always
don't like
have.
PC
Yeah.
gamers either. They're fucking weird.
Yeah,
Playing Touch My Wife's Feet, volume fucking 17. Fucking, it's weird. Everything about it is fucking weird. Playing weird games on weird
Hey,
controls.
Hey, I don't play those games, but hey, man, let people do with their money what they want. If they want to play,
You gonna play Bongo Cat today? Or Banana?
5 minute wifey. Hey, go for it.
Yeah, whatever, man.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it is what it is.
The other thing I was gonna say about the Xbox thing is, I think, oh shit. I think a lot of gamers are getting it confused, and I think that they're going to be very disappointed with Project Helix. But once again, I just don't care enough. We all have our big boy and big girl brains, and we can make our own decisions. And if they for real think that they're going to give the gamers what they want, you do you, player.
Right.
But let's move on over to PlayStation a little
Speaking
bit.
of Xbox messaging, though, did you see what Logic said today? Because he posted something about asking people if it was a console or a PC or a hybrid or what. And a third of Xbox players said it was a console, a third of Xbox players said it was a PC, and a third of the Xbox players said it was a hybrid.
Yeah, typical.
That's your messaging right there.
Right.
The other thing with PlayStation, so we've been getting a ton of news that PlayStation is pulling PC games. Did PlayStation
Yay.
say this?
No.
They probably won't. They don't have to.
I mean, they've been updating us when they did go to PC and why they're going to PC. Why wouldn't they tell us about this? They've been telling us about lives, everything. They tell us straight up.
Because it would kill whatever little sales they have going on for what's out there.
I don't believe it because that would boost a little bit of sales on the other side.
Yeah, they haven't. That's why you gotta take what this gaming media outlet say with a grain of salt because PlayStation themselves hasn't said anything.
Schreier, so.
Yeah, the fucking weirdo. Yeah, fuck him.
He's a
can't
weirdo,
stand that
but
dude,
the
man.
motherfucker's always right.
No,
He
he's
does-
not
he-
always right.
Not all the time. Yeah, I
He
can.
is.
He's
I
right
can stand
more.
that dude.
He's right more than me neither. He's a fucking
Right,
creep,
yeah.
bro. I would not leave my
Yeah.
son around him for a second.
Yeah, I was about to say.
either.
I was about to say that. Yeah, the dude is like, I don't know, man.
He's a Nintendo
Nope,
adult,
creepy as
bro.
hell.
He's an odd one.
He's a Nintendo adult. That tells you everything you need to know. But okay, let's assume PlayStation is pulling from damn it, I fucking lost. Let's assume PlayStation does pull from PC. Henry, is it the smart move?
Yeah. I think it's a smart move.
Why?
Because if you're investing and spending time and resources in going somewhere and you're not getting a return off that somewhere you're going, then why not pull back and put that same time and energy and resources into somewhere where you could capitalize? They could use that money in advertising in China or some shit, and getting or
Yeah,
India
exactly.
But couldn't you
or something like
say
that.
couldn't you say the same thing the first like 2 years they've been doing PC games?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could say that. You
I
could
mean,
say that,
why
They,
but
wait?
they didn't know how bad they would fucking sell though.
My
But now they
well,
know.
question is, I mean, they fucking knew right away. Come on, wish list, all that. But my question is it a coincidence that we have an Xbox doing a hybrid console, we have the Steam box, and now we have Nintendo pushing third party more than ever? Do you think there's a coincidence in this all?
Yes.
I think it's a mixture of everything. They
Hmm.
they over there and they're not doing well. Um, it's an Xbox slash PC that's gone. So people will potentially be able to play their games on the competitor. So if you can play, so essentially with a Xbox PC hybrid, you'll be able to play everything there, and it'll still. But it's weird though, because you putting games on PC is kind of the same effect.
Yeah.
You don't think so? You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
So
all I know is I got told I'm a fucking dumbass and a retard because I said that uh, making smaller games is the smart thing to do. But I got told it will get watered down the fucking IP, will water down the brand, but yet PC gaming didn't. Okay, whatever. Um,
oh shit.
but
I never. Who the
Lord
hell was it
Metroid.
against PC gaming?
Yes, sir.
Wait, hold on. What you saying, Nelson? Who wasn't against PC gaming?
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that people weren't against PC gaming. I'm just saying that people didn't say the same shit about PC gaming like I just did about the smaller games that they should be putting out as well on top of the big AAA games. Not that they should just do that strictly. But Lord Metroid, why now? Is it because Steam box? Is it because the Xbox, is it because of Nintendo? Is it now because of that Hero said it's no coincidence, and I agree 100% with Hero. Like, I know we think that these people are stupid, and they are, but they're not that stupid, right? They care more about money than anything else. So why now? Lord Metroid, they knew the numbers and how bad PC sold fucking last year, the year before that, the year before that. Like, this isn't new,
Right.
but why now?
Uh, because it's definitely because of the Steam machine. Why you're gonna have your exclusive the Steam machine? Sure, it's PC, it's a PC, but it's a form factor console PC, right? It's not
Yeah,
a
with
console,
with a
but
relevant store too. It's
that
not
is
like the Microsoft
right.
store where ain't nobody gonna use that shit neither.
That's
And
their
it has a good
that's their
OS.
intention.
You don't have to
And
have Windows.
right, and then you're gonna have Xbox with their hybrid, right? Whatever the hell it is. If it's a half a PC, guess what? And if it has Steam, that means you're gonna be able to play PlayStation games on it too.
Hmm.
So you're gonna have two different platforms playing your exclusive games. So or so exclusive game whatever. So it's good to just keep them on your ecosystem. And again, this goes back to what I said earlier. Let them make their own exclusive. Let them make something of value. Why you should give what you work for years to make what 70%? You know what I mean? I don't think
Oh,
it's and your debt
one
will
to
sell as well.
2%.
Sell,
1
sell
to
two fifths
2%.
of nothing.
It doesn't make any sense.
Well, let me
Well,
ask you
then you
this.
that includes games that make a lot of money already that would have already been multi-plat. Like
Right.
that would be the show with Destiny and shit.
Let
too.
me ask you guys
So
this question.
Really, from the single player, it's like a half
Plus,
%.
you have to invest, money on developing the PC port as well. That's not free, Yeah.
Let me ask you guys a question because Henry just reminded me about they're making the Horizon card game. Why doesn't PlayStation just make PC exclusive games like a Horizon card game? If
Yep.
they really want to go after that PC money, why not make games that PC gamers would play, like a fucking
Yeah.
card game?
A lot of those games that fucking cost those little games that fucking people would be like, "What the fuck is that?" They play that shit.
Well, one of the reasons is even card games have their established communities. You got the Yu-Gi-Oh. You got I believe Pokemon has one.
Yeah, we got shit like
Magic the Gathering.
Balatro and fucking
It's,
all this
right.
bullshit.
So yeah, there's a lot of card games. I don't think necessarily there's a Horizon card game.
No. He's making fun that they should.
Oh, you're theorizing. Okay. I mean, even that market is saturated with that stuff. Even that, I will say, keep it on your platform.
Because
I mean,
Ex-
yeah, sure,
exclusive,
of course, release it, put that bitch out on PlayStation.
right,
But it's that's a style of game that
right.
would potentially do the numbers
Potentially,
that
right.
yeah
Potentially,
that
right.
the
Yeah,
numbers
yeah.
that
Look how many fucking
they
copies
expecting.
Pal World fucking sold. That game cost
Yep.
like 5 6 cents of nothing to make. That shit didn't hardly sell nothing on a console.
Plus, you guys have to remember the PS5 has sold like what 90 million units already, and they don't have a lot of like exclusives on it. So if they decide to just pull everything on the platform, there's a potential that they will sell even more with their exclusive games coming to the platform. You know what I mean? Which would also help to extend the gen of the PlayStation 5 as well, because now you're incentivizing your gamers to stay on the platform because they're gonna have to get the exclusives only there.
I think that's why their exclusive sales of the games are fucking down.
what about you, or Henry? What do you think about that? Making PC exclusive games, and then if they're successful, bring them to a PlayStation. Guinea pigs.
Again,
I think
I'm talking about single player games. Multiplayer games, that's a different story.
I think I'm wondering how they would, you know what I'm saying? Because if because they gonna get backlash off of that. It just, you know what I mean?
They're gonna
PlayStation
get
fan base,
backlash off any fucking thing.
yeah, because and keep it real, PlayStation console games don't even play that type of shit. But
No,
they'll
they
be
don't.
mad just off the strength that,
Oh yeah.
they can't
Right,
play it.
right.
Oh yeah.
But I think it might be a good idea, and some PC gamers might get behind it, might be get behind it just for the sake of being spiteful and waving in the PlayStation face. But Sony ain't gonna give a fuck about that because they done bought the fucking game. You know what I mean? So they can
Mm-hmm.
churn out some of these little Super Nintendo style games, puzzlers, or whatever, with quirky mechanics and charming characters and that stupid type shit. And spend what? Because these games can't cost no money to make, man. They
Yeah.
probably making these games for maybe $1 million, if even that. You know what I'm saying? So you a couple of those, put them over there, sell them hoes for
Yeah, fucking card game
$20.
fucking 2 people do on a weekend.
Yeah, bro. And with the talent that well, I wouldn't say use somebody from an established studio, but just recruit some motherfuckers that can, that's competent, that's been in the games industry
Right.
and understand, timelines and milestones and deadlines and all this type of shit. Because you don't want to just get motherfucker in just frolicking around thinking they got 10 years to make a fucking card game.
Yeah.
Get you somebody who respect time and who respect that they working with your money, not their money, and can get that joint out. Get you a game out a year. Get you one on in like a year. Put that out and see how I do. And maybe that should have hit 400K concurrent on Steam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But trying to put games over there that are successful on the PlayStation console, it ain't gonna work because they got specific tastes over there on
Right.
PC. It was very specific.
Oh,
And
for sure.
if you don't hit that, and even at this point, PlayStation has bent over backwards and done pretty much everything the PC fan want them to do. They don't got to make a PSN account, all this type of shit, and they can just and every step of the way, PC fans have complained and bitched and moaned. Now PlayStation probably just threw their hands up and said fuck it. But I don't know, man. It's weird over there. You know what I'm saying? It's
They ain't
weird.
worth it.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't
I'll
think it's
tell you
worth it,
one
but
thing. Obviously, GTA 6 is not a PlayStation exclusive, but
might
that
as well
game,
be.
a lot of PC gamers are gonna buy a PS5 or a
It's
Series
the only
X.
relevant platform
A
it's gonna be on.
lot. Whoever gets some exclusive deal, whatever. I don't know if it's gonna happen because Rockstar's gonna make so much money off that game regardless. They're gonna have
Well,
to
they
get a
might as well take
console.
the free money because everyone's gonna be playing
Right.
on whatever
Because
they've
you know-
sold for Xboxes. There ain't many more coming out.
Yeah.
Is what the point is.
I don't believe this
You know what I
notion
mean?
that PC gamers have this unrelenting patience. That's bullshit. They will buy a console to play GTA 6. That's a fact.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to Henry about this, about the exclusive or the console for Xbox and what would get me to buy an Xbox. And I said, if Xbox can come out with a console where there's going to be some good exclusives and they elevate the controller and give it some additional features, if it can play GTA 6, at 60 frames, 120 frames, whatever, to match what PlayStation is doing performance, even a little bit more. And if it's cheaper, even if it's just by a little bit, $50, if they can stick to to physical, which by the way won't happen because their Blu-rays are only 50 gigs. PlayStation is 100.
Right.
But just like little things like that, make a true backwards compatibility, not the bullshit that they have now that people praise them for, which is complete dog shit. Which all they do is it reads the license on the disc and it allows you to download the digital version of the game, which is stupid, and that's why they won't do every game because it doesn't read the fucking disc. It just reads the license on there. And same thing with PlayStation. PlayStation doesn't really do backwards compatibility except for PS4. But
Right.
if they did those changes, I would definitely
you
be
can thank the
interested
PS3 for
in an
that.
Xbox and something like that. What about you guys? Would you be interested if they did something like that?
Yeah, I would. I would for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other little ask that would solidify that, Henry?
Launch with Jade Empire 2. Have a transparent special edition at launch.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely update the Wi-Fi in that bitch.
Yeah.
Cause
The Wi-Fi sucks in that one.
Yeah. What? Because it's like what Wi-Fi 4 or some shit.
Yeah. It's terrible, bro. It takes me double the time to download a game on my Xbox than it does on my PlayStation 5.
Update that Wi-Fi.
No, the networking is trash. Whether you're wired or not, that's a big issue with them. It really is.
You already touched on the controller aspect of it. And yeah. Also have the ability to because I'm not sure. Can you access the browser through the Xbox right now?
Yes, you can.
Yeah. I don't know.
You mean like the internet browser?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a fact.
Okay, yeah. You got that. Well, shit, and then we'll make it also that you can fucking use the fucking. You don't have to use no weak ass proprietary storages, expandable storages. Fix that shit.
I agree.
And yeah.
Okay. What about you, Lord Benford?
Bacon up.
What about? Is there any like things that you would want in order for you to be like, yeah, I would go with this over PlayStation? And the reason and just to give you guys a reason why I'm asking this is because, look, we still haven't heard for certain that this is a hybrid, right? We have not heard this yet. Now I understand that Xbox messaging is fucked up, but I'm still gonna give them an opportunity to sell me, just like I give anybody an opportunity to sell me, because I'm a gamer 100%. First. I'm not gonna be just buying PlayStation just because it's PlayStation. As a matter of fact, PlayStation can suck my dick. You know what I mean? They're just lucky that I like the controller. I like the games that they put out. Most of the time, they've been slacking the last couple of years, but it's still better than not. So I just want to make that very clear. And sorry for being so vulgar, but you guys know how I am.
No, it's all right. Yeah, we're all adults here. Yeah, don't worry about it. I think, but we'll get. I really want to get it, but if I need to have my digital collection day one. As soon as I put my password and my email, Xbox, boom, I need to see all my games.
Yeah.
And that's how they've been hinting about your Xbox games, like your Xbox published games, but they didn't say shit about anybody else.
Yeah, because they
have no control over that.
I have like 400 digital games on the Xbox ecosystem. So to me, for them to entice me to get that console, I need to just your library will carry from the Series X and etc. They do that and it's affordable, then I'll probably get it. I'll probably get it day one.
Yeah. I'm saying. Yeah. What about you, Nelson? Anything they can do?
Replace Windows with different OS.
What Series X has Windows right now?
No, but it's not a PC neither. They already said, man, Windows is going to be the number one platform for. They already told you the plan. Y'all just don't listen.
Actually, the UI on the Series X is
it just uses a kernel.
It's a kernel of Windows, very custom. So,
yeah, that's like saying my toes are part of my body.
Man, yeah, what the fuck?
It's not much of my body, but I got a toe.
All right, well let me guys ask you this about going back to PlayStation. Have you guys seen the whole PlayStation price dynamic pricing that they've been doing. They've been testing for the last few months.
Yeah, I
I
seen
heard
that.
about
Yeah.
it. I
So
heard about
Yeah.
it a while ago.
Mhm.
Some people had discovered.
well, let me
Well, it was the
go
one.
ahead.
It was a post where one guy had. He was about to buy a game, but then he seen on his wife's account that it was cheaper to buy it on hers or some
Mhm.
shit like that. And
So tell them what it is so people can understand what dynamic pricing is real quick.
Mhm.
Henry, you there?
Oh,
oh
Henry.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you telling me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You. Yeah.
Oh,
Or
well, I assume that
mhm.
dynamic pricing is uh your price is different than my price. Like
Yeah.
if Phantom Blade Zero come out and it's $70, but then we'll go over there and buy it. It's $64 with
Mhm.
tax, and mine was 70 with tax. You know what I mean? That would be how they would dynamicize the pricing. For whatever reason, too, they probably wouldn't even tell us why it would be that way. They would just do it in
Yeah, you wouldn't know.
reasons.
You wouldn't know. Now, FYI, for some of you guys out there, a lot of businesses do dynamic pricing because dynamic pricing, for example, Nintendo does it with the Switch and it's well known, right? They charge Japanese gamer
Hmm.
Mhm.
cheaper than they do everybody else, even though everybody else is the bigger market. But it's a very controversial thing. Grocery stores do it all the time. A gallon of milk in California is $7 versus a place like Kansas it might be $3 because everything's more expensive over there. It costs more money. There's more licensing, more red
More
tape,
taxes.
right? But the thing in video games, is it's digital, right? And fuck off. There's nothing you have to do extra. But Henry, what do you think about dynamic pricing that PlayStation's been doing? Is it greedy?
Yeah, I think
Are they
it's
justified?
yeah, I think it's stupid. I don't. It's like you said, it's digital. Like why are we dynamicizing this? Why is this? Why ain't it just static across the board? Unless it's some shit like obviously with like currency differences in different regions. Okay, but like if we both in the U.S. of A. I'm in Georgia and you're in Wisconsin,
Yep.
Milwaukee. Okay, and
I didn't want to say where it was,
and
but thank you.
and
All right. It's just a state. You know
no,
where you live.
yeah, bro.
I'm just
Okay,
fucking
yeah,
with you.
my
I'm just
bad.
fucking.
Right,
We're like, damn.
I fucked around
No,
and
you're
There, Henry,
good.
you get my spot, bro. Get this one.
No,
you
you're
got
good.
fucking blew his spot up. But
Oh man.
I don't show
so
my face for that reason. I'm just
Right.
like,
Damn.
no, you're good, bro.
I'll be paying like $40 for a game, whereas Will some paying $90. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Or they see your
which is
purchase
stupid.
history and it's like, this motherfucker buy everything.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, so
No.
it would be them just doing it just because it's like, well, he buy everything anyway, so we gonna charge him this price, and this person is less likely to buy it. So if we give them a lower price, then they'll be more likely to
Their cost of
buy
living's
it.
higher. They're used to paying more for shit.
Yeah, bro, it's weird. It's weird. It's a
Yeah.
dumb idea.
Well, and this is the greed that PlayStation has been known for in the last few years, and that's why I'm so happy every time they get fucking sued for their illicit
Their
practices with the
business
PlayStation
practices.
Store. Like
Absolutely.
they took away
Yeah.
the cards from you. You can no longer buy PS cards. You can no longer, you know what I mean? They
Mhm.
did that because they have a monopoly. You can only buy games for PlayStation, not PlayStation games, but games for PlayStation on the PlayStation Store. That's it.
Mhm.
There's no competition whatsoever. So they can charge you whatever the fuck they want, even against the developer's wishes. Even if the developer wants to be like, no, I want to charge $20 for my gameplay, so you can be like, no, we're going to sell it for fucking 50. And there's nothing you can do about it. Either you get with us or you don't. And what's the developer supposed to do? They're the number one console maker in the world outside of, them and Nintendo, right? So,
Nintendo. Yeah. Mhm.
Lord Metroid, go ahead.
Mhm.
What do you think
Yeah,
about
but on
this
Nintendo,
situation?
you gotta compete with Nintendo, and most
Man,
people buy
fuck
Nintendo
Nintendo.
before Nintendo.
I think it's really interesting. Inside they're playing like they're basically playing as supply and demand, criteria on their store, right? It's like Henry and Nelson said, they're trying to gauge who's buying more. Like, oh, this dude buy more games than this other dude.
Mm-hmm.
Let's lower the price so they buy it. it's really weird, right? It's kind of this sort of like supply and demand um analytics they're doing. I don't know why they're doing that because I believe that I believe in the free market. I believe in stores should charge whatever they want. At the same time, you're not forced to buy anything. Wait for a
Yep.
sale. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Just don't buy it. Wait for a sale. But this is really weird. I kind of I don't know why they're doing it. I think they're trying to do like a supply and demand kind of like philosophy on their store, which they
Well,
already have. They already do. Just wait for a sale. Don't buy it. Yeah.
I think it's just straight up greed. They're
Oh, for sure.
and those are the things when I criticize PlayStation is I do it for that reason. Just like I criticize Nintendo for the same exact shit that they do, and it's just super annoying. It's like, man, we want these people to
Yes.
succeed. We want them to do well, right? Because we're fans, and the old thinking was the more they sell, the more games they'll make, right? But unfortunately, it's not like that in today's world. Now there's the more they sell, the less games they'll put out, and the more they'll milk it. And then they get so surprised and shocked when their shit fails and gamers are fed up with what they're giving us. And it's just an unfortunate situation the whole way around. And I wish it was different, not just for my sake, but for my kids' sake. I mean, there's so many things in our lives that we are, what do you call that? Consistent, right? Consistency.
Consistent. Yeah.
And video games are
Consistency,
one of those things. It's,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
that's why these live service games become so popular. It's like, okay, I know what to expect. I'm gonna go in there, enjoy my time, relax. It's doing what it's supposed to do. But now when you got to figure out, am I getting the best deal? I only have $50 to buy a game that I've been saving up for, and then you go in the next day and PlayStation said, "Oh, nope, the sale is still happening, but it wasn't 50, it was 60." And you're like, wait a minute, right? And that's just demoralizes the whole industry, demoralizes the gamer. Now, look, I'm about to thinking of if you want something, you work to go get it, man. Look, I don't think we should be
Absolutely.
doing
Yeah.
fucking, what do they call that? Subsidizing shit because, oh, we need more gamers. We need, everybody should be able to play the same excuses that they use when exclusives went away with Xbox, right? They're like, no, with more people, more gamers. Like, no, fuck that. You want that $70
No.
game? Go earn your money. Go buy it. Just like I
I
did.
agree. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And unfortunately, the rich and famous, those are such a small percentage of the market. They're the exception,
Oh, they're
not the rule.
They're not playing games. They're fucking playing polo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's keep it a buck. They're not fucking playing no games.
And look, when
They're
you
rich.
buy,
playing
when
golf,
you buy,
polo, and
Bro,
going to
Epstein
fucking
Island. What are you talking about?
and the Bohemian Grove. There you go.
and think about when you buy something that you've been working really hard to get, and you finally get it, how it feels, right? And some people may call it a piece of shit, right? You buy that one Honda Civic you've been wanting because you can mod it out how you want. It may be a '04, but to you, it's the thing you've always wanted. And some people make fun of you. Hey, it's a piece of shit, but you don't give a fuck because it's what you wanted. There's a
Exactly.
feeling behind there. And I think that's
course.
another reason why people are more critical for the live service games, especially the free to play, because it's like, it's free, whatever. You know what I mean? Where you buy something, you're more than likely to play it. You're more than likely to cherish it. That's another reason why Game Pass doesn't work, because people, 2 minutes in, I'm done with it. I always say this about
this has been proven psychologically, by the way.
Yes.
If you buy something, you have a higher investment because you see it as something that you work to get, right?
Yeah.
When you have like 300 games or 500 games for $30 a month,
I'll get to it eventually.
you get it for granted because the incentive is not the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's the whole thing I always say with Ubisoft games, right? It's like, oh man, I'm not right now, right? Because there's so much better options. But if I was a kid, I would love a game like this because I can get hundreds of hours out of a game like this when I can only get 2 games a year on my birthday and Christmas, right? But now that I have more expendable income as an adult, well, I'll get something better. You know what I mean? But it's the same exact thing, and it's frustrating. I don't like to see
It
gamers
is.
get ripped off. I don't like to see
This
gamers.
is why it is. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good.
Well,
This is an open dialogue. No.
child, right? This is very, very important. You have to have sometimes some self-control as a gamer. FOMO is real, but at the same time, it's good to wait. Hey, for example, Star Wars Outlaws. That game, the AI was atrocious at launch. I said, I'm not buying this.
Yeah.
So I like Star Wars. I'm a fan. So I said, I'm gonna wait. Guess what? I waited. I only paid $15 for the game. and it runs much better. And it's probably going to look even better with PSN Star 2.0 because I'm pretty sure that game is going to support it. So it's sometimes even I'm no different. If I want something that I really want to play, I'll buy day one. But sometimes it's good to do your own due diligence and say, hey man, let me wait. It'll run better and it'll be cheaper, whether it's a digital or physical. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely, man. Yeah. Anybody else got anything to say about that? About the pricing that PlayStation is doing? No.
See if they get in trouble.
Yeah.
Yep.
And some European country will sue them, right? Because they're the ones who always they're always the ones that look out for the customer. Here in America, that's one thing we really lack. And I think that's the outward, most people already think video games is a fucking joke, right? They think that gamers are immature. They think that they're idiots, basement dwellers, idiots, all that. Yeah. So a politician to get his ass moving on something like this, on legislation like this, I mean, fuck, look what's happening with Roblox, right? And even then, they haven't fucking really done much, right?
You know what's funny though? Fucking Valve's getting sued by New York now.
Oh yeah, I saw that. For what? I didn't see what for exactly.
It's kind of hard to explain. I'll send you a thing on it. Maybe you could talk about it next week.
Well, we're here now.
I listened to a video, but I have a hard time because I don't know how the Steam store works. I don't fucking go on PC, so I don't understand a lot what they're.
What do you mean? It works like any digital store. You buy something, you get the licensing. That's it.
You buy shit that was done through like loot boxes.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. No, these people, no, that lawsuit is actually bullshit. So what they're saying is, and that could be wrong, but this is from my understanding, because I read this like 2 weeks ago. I didn't even bring it up on the podcast because it's ridiculous. But one, they're saying that Steam, because they are the biggest marketplace by a long shot, that their pricing is not fair, which is completely stupid because PC games are just cheaper in general. Hell, even AAA games, you pay 60 versus 70. But they're also, the loot boxes thing is there is a market. It's what Ubisoft tried to do with crypto and shit, where you can buy a skin and then sell it. You get lucky in a loot box, you get the gold skin. Now you can resell it for $1,000, right? And that's what they're talking about. Is just that, which is completely foolish. And once again, those are gamers not knowing about gaming and the gaming industry enough to actually come up with a good lawsuit. Gambling. Well, yeah, so is fucking loot boxes. So I'm gambling right now in fucking Marathon. You know what I mean? Like,
I know, but not for money.
Well, what do you think happens when I buy it? In the hopes that I get a fucking skin or enough, that even my son calls it gambling. My son knows that all live service game is nothing but gambling. But now they've changed things, right? Now they don't straight up sell you loot boxes with the chance of getting the golden item, right? Now they make their money by selling you an actual skin, right? Here, you want the purple skin, it's going to cost you $15. You want the gold skin, it's going to cost you $25, right? Bethesda's great at this, selling you horse skins for fucking $50, right? Diablo, they're great at this, selling you horses for fucking whatever. But now you know specifically what you're getting for what you pay for. It's not a thing of chance. And that lawsuit...
Fortnite is really good at this.
Yeah, Fortnite's really good at this. So all they did is, instead of charging you $5 for a pull, they just charge you $40 for the guarantee. You know what I mean? And that's how it was before, when live service really got popping in 2015, 16. Is you buy a loot box and they do a little spinny thing like a fucking casino, and then you might get a purple skin, a blue skin, or a gold skin. You didn't know which one.
Gotcha games got it in spades now. When you pull for a banner, you pull for a character. It's just it play out just like a
slot machine.
A slot machine. They got the music going on, the spectacle, and when the pool finally show up, it's depending on the rarity of the character or weapon you get. You either get like a dull color light, or you either get a bright gold and sparkly light and play the special music and shit like that. And it's like, because my wife, she gamble on the cruise ships or whatever, and it's like people be enamored by the sounds and the lights of these machines be making, bro.
Yeah, it's all fucking horseshit, especially them phone games, bro. Them phone games, like, people are out here now gambling for real, thinking that it's a fucking game, thinking that they just got to pay $30, and like it's fucked up, the shit that's happening. But Anything else you guys had to say about PlayStation practices and all that bullshit?
Nah.
No.
No,
Yeah.
I'm good.
I hope they get caught up for this shit
Yeah.
and have to end up paying out hundreds of
Facts.
thousands of dollars.
Oh,
All that
more than that, I
bullshit.
want them to pay fucking millions so they get scared for real.
That's right.
Because what 500 grand a PlayStation is nothing. You know what I mean? Um, now I want to get into a few games. Two of them in specific, and we actually went through our whole fucking list here. But one game in specific, the first one is we actually heard some information on KOTOR, the remake, Knights of the Old Republic. We saw that in a PlayStation showcase. I don't know what, 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
A while ago,
Uh,
centuries.
the last thing we heard was that they had a vertical slice and PlayStation didn't like how it looked, so then they sold it to a different company or the rights or some shit like that, and another developer was in charge of
Same
making it.
publisher, they put Saber on it.
Okay, Saber on it, and we kind of didn't hear anything. Well, we just got one of the developers who made a tweet and said it is still in development. That's all I can say. 5 years after it was announced, so 5 years exactly. What do you guys think about that? You know, that's my problem. Actually, Knights of the Old Republic is not the same thing because Phantom Blade has just been giving us the same trailer remixed fucking 100 times, saying it's coming soon, and now it's finally coming. That's why I'm not hyped for it till it's actually out. But when I first saw it, the first 20 times, I was super hyped. But now, because I've been teased so much, I'm like, I don't give a fuck till it's out. Doesn't mean that I hate the game. I'm just tired of the antics, right? But I'm still a day one for that game. But Knights of the Old Republic was just radio silence for 5 years. We didn't hear a peep, nothing. And my question to you guys is, one, are you glad that it's still in development? And two, let's talk about the length of time that these motherfuckers take to say something. Is it for our benefit, for their benefit? Are they right? Are they wrong? Lord Metro, we'll start with you on this one. Are you excited that Knights of the Old Republic is still being developed? And also, these developers or publishers that don't say anything for half a decade, is that the right thing to do?
I don't have an issue with developers not saying anything for longer periods of time. My main issue is that this game has been through so many hands, pause, that when games go to different studios, it never bodes well because the main vision of the game suffers, right? And we end up with a shit game. Same thing happened
Well, they
with
restarted the whole thing when it went to Saber. I mean,
right.
I can't remember the original studio. They do.
So I don't know.
say-
I'm kind of.
I
don't
would
know.
say they do a half-ass remasters
Yeah, you know what I
of
mean?
PS2 games.
Yeah, I'm not happy with what's going on with the game. I'll have to see the end result because
Hold
again,
on. Sorry to interrupt you, Lord Metroid. But once
Yeah,
again, people said the same shit about Bluebird. People said the same shit, and they ended up creating one
Right.
of the best remakes ever done. So I just want to say that real quick, that we,
Yeah, no, that's fair, but that doesn't happen all the time. You know what I mean? Look at Vampire the Masquerade 2 Bloodlines. That game it's not very good because it went to
I played it.
Surprised Bloober
So
was
let me
around
talk about
long
that
enough
one.
to
I
make-
played
No,
it, and the issue with Vampire,
I bought it last week but I
15
only paid
bucks?
15.
Yeah.
That's right.
that's what I paid. I paid
Yeah,
22.
Yeah.
back.
So for 15, I played, not
But
full
the
price.
problem,
yeah.
the problem with Vampire Masquerade isn't that the game sucks. The problem with Vampire Masquerade is that people were expecting it to be like the 30-year-old game that they played. That was a problem. It wasn't that the game is bad or buggy or glitchy. I mean, they have some of that, like most games do nowadays. But it's not that the game is terrible. I mean, you may not like it, right? There's some things you may or may not, whatever. But that's aside. The biggest complaint is that the gamers, and this is another thing that really pisses me off about these fucking gamers my age, is that they want what they played fucking 30 years ago exactly the fucking same. It's like, my guy, we're not in 99 anymore. Like, I don't want those games right now. I want the best graphics, the best performance. You know what I mean? But anyways, I'm getting hype about it.
But yeah, you made a good point because the game, the sequel, I heard it runs like garbage, and I say, all right, so guess what? I buy it for 15. I'll wait until they get patched and I'll play it because I like what I seen, the art style and all that stuff. But sometimes it doesn't work, and I hope KOTOR, the remake turns out well because KOTOR is one of the best games Bio has ever made, in my opinion. So I want it to be good, but sometimes it doesn't bode well when it changes too many hands. You know what I mean? So we'll see
Yeah.
what happens. Maybe Saber will do a good job. I don't. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Henry, what about you? Are you excited for Core Tour? And what do you think about this 5 year thing? Because my thing with the 5 year thing is, if you're not ready to talk about it, why even fucking show it, man? Like that's
Right.
Yeah,
that's always been my
yeah.
thing. But what do you think, Henry?
That's my I echo that same sentiment because if you've been this quiet this long and then you finally do say something, pop up with a fucking gameplay trailer. Don't just pop up talking about it's still in
Right.
development, but I can't like just suck my dick. You might as well just stay where you was at because initially, when you go silent, what I'm saying, fans are upset and nervous and whatever. But but eventually they get over that and then, out of sight, out of mind. But now you done pop the fuck up again, got people back, what I'm saying, wondering and asking questions and you done gave the folk blue balls, what I'm saying, because now you said that and you gave them nothing to go off of. You ain't got no screenshots. You ain't got nothing. No, you ain't even got a new cinematic trailer. You just, oh, it's still in development. That's all. Shut the fuck up, then. I don't know why these people do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? If you are gonna duck off and disappear, stay ducked off and disappeared until you got into the game ready to come out. You know what I mean? If you're not ready to roll the game out, then like, why are you talking? Like, put the
Well, then
fries in the
you
bag.
then you also have the flip side, right? Of what happened to me with Phantom Blade. It's like, yeah, I'm super hyped for the game, but then 3 years later, it's like you still been talking about it, and we haven't seen shit. Now I'm just like unmotivated. So now Phantom Blade is supposed to come out what September or whatever. Now I'm to the point where yeah, I want to play it, but now it may not be a day one. If there's something more
Mhm.
interesting, I'm just gonna go that route, right? Because I waited
Mhm.
already 3 4 years. Ain't shit gonna happen but the price go down. So I'll just wait fucking 6 more months or a year until I'm ready to play for it versus getting that day one money, that $70 off of me, which I tend to do. And that's another downside of things. We've had a discussion before where it's like, okay, what is the length of time that you need to start promoting your game? I think 12 months is the perfect amount of time. You do a teaser, then 6 months later you do or 3 months later you do a trailer, then 6 months before the game comes out, you do a fucking gameplay trailer, and then 3 months
Mhm.
beforehand, you do an in-depth fucking 15-minute thing where you show gameplay mechanics, show some behind-the-scenes shit, and then now 3 months out, you start pumping your marketing money to get the name of the game out to as many people as possible and get ready for day one. I think that the length that it takes to make a game, we all hate it, but I think it can be a very strong marketing point for them because everybody knows that anything done well takes time. You can really harp on that. But if you're starting your
Mm-hmm.
marketing fucking 2 years in advance, talking about it's a work in progress, it's like, well, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Unless you're the PC crowd, them motherfuckers will buy early access 5 years before it comes out and
Boy,
be okay with it.
boy.
Or fucking that one flight game, goddamn. That motherfucking game been in beta for like 10 years.
Yeah. And what up, Alien? How you doing, man? Um, Now the other one, yeah, I know there's multiple trailers with gameplay. I'm just saying that Phantom Blade has taken fucking 3 years to come out from when they originally first announced it, which by the way had gameplay in that trailer too. So it ain't
I
like
can't
they're
wait to
No, it
doing,
play.
didn't.
you know what I
I
mean?
can't wait to play Phantom Blade
Fuck
Zero,
you
man.
mean it didn't have trailer? Yeah, the fuck it did. The whole crazy sword play. Fuck you mean?
What? What are you talking about? Oh, Phantom Blade.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, Now let me
I
ask you
thought you
guys
were
about
talking
the
about
second game.
KOTOR.
Now this one is way more low key. Not a lot of people know about this one. I pre-ordered it a year ago, but I already knew it was gonna
Can I
be.
add? Can I add something real quick, Will?
Yeah.
Don't forget that Quantic Dream is also making a Star Wars game, which, in my opinion, I'm more excited for than the
Oh, they
KOTOR remake.
canceled that one. Are you talking about the one
They
with all
did.
the drums and shit?
They did.
Yeah, that one's been
That
gone,
game
bro.
ain't never come out.
They canceled that one
Oh man, I
like
just
pretty
checked their
quickly,
website. Oh
like
man,
a
that
year or
sucks.
two after. I
Yeah,
think
Eclipse.
Eclipse. Yeah,
I,
I think they
I
canceled
mean,
that
I
one.
don't know. Their website's still active,
It's
so
still active.
yeah, I
Yeah,
don't think they
They're
have
gonna end
that.
up
Yeah,
getting shut down. That studio went to hell after all the sexual harassment shit.
no, that's
it's too bad
no.
because I like Quantic Dream. Yeah,
Quanta
but
Dream is
So did
still
I, but that's why everyone was like, why didn't Sony buy Quantic Dream instead of this studio or that studio? It's like, because they were talking about it, but fucking They had a lot of sexual harassment shit. Not good things going around. A lot of the
Right.
people left too.
But yeah, from my understanding, I could be wrong, but I could have because I watched one of those a couple of years ago when I was really watching Star Wars
Mm-hmm.
content. I forget his name, but he was talking about the game and how it got delayed or canceled. But who knows, bro? Who knows with
I
these
mean,
people? They don't
their
communicate.
website's still active, so I don't
Well,
know.
it's
Hopefully, it's
like
not
the Little
because
Nightmares people. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
because I love the Quantic Dream makes some good
Oh
games,
yeah,
man.
bro. They
That
made a couple of years ago or a few years ago now. They made a game called Under the Waves.
mhm.
One of the best games I played just because of how I don't know, I loved it. It may not be special, but I just really
Right.
loved it and it's published by them. I bought the Quantum what are they called? The collection which includes
Oh, the Quantic Dream collection. Yeah.
Quantum Dream collection. I just bought that
Mm-hmm.
like 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hope not because that shit looked fire, but it was all
Oh, it was
cinematics. No,
amazing. Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
announced that like 4 years ago, and they were like,
Mhm.
best case scenario 2027.
yeah.
Like what? It's
Now,
2021, dude.
the other game that I really want to bring up quick, and it's not the game itself, but it's just how things kind of go. But it is Hellraiser, the Hellraiser game. So the Hellraiser game got announced about a year and a half ago. I pre-ordered the game around that time, and the reason I pre-ordered it is because they were doing a couple different editions with the game, and it was a limited thing, kind of like a limited run type of thing. So I got mine
Mhm.
ordered, and I already knew it was going to take a while, but I wanted that edition because I'm a fan of Hellraiser. But they just got ESRB rating. Now, why is this important? Is one of the last trailers they did about 4 or 5 months ago. It had full on nudity in that motherfucker, and not just full on nudity. People were fucking on the damn trailer, right? Very rated M game, and I'm surprised they didn't
Mhm.
get rated X. And I was worried because I'm like, well, if it gets rated X, PlayStation, we all know they be censoring butt cheeks nowadays, unless it's
Oh,
Jin
absolutely.
Sakai.
Mhm.
Then they'll show that ass all
That's
day.
good. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But what do you guys think about that? Do you think that, and that brought up a question in my mind, and I really want to get all you guys' opinion because as I treat my YouTube channel and this podcast and even on the Discord, I'm all about freedom of speech. You talk however the fuck you want to talk. You guys heard it all nice, suck my dick, all this, right? Um, but what do you guys think? Should console holders like PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo should they be able to? Oh, your game's rated M, we don't want it. Your game's rated X, we don't want it. Should they be able to do that because it is their platform? Or hey, no, welcome any game as long as it's not no crazy shit like fucking illegal. Then you can bring it over. What do you think about that, Henry? Do you think that there should be your game is showing a titty? No, illegal shit. That's not, or they
Yeah, I
ban
mean,
shit that's not illegal.
if it were me, you know what I mean, I mean, you could put the reins on there and let it fly. I wouldn't really, censor. My job would just be to make sure the shit rated properly as it should be. You know what I'm saying? Everything outside of that is the parent job. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
if you got a 11-year-old and they buying a rated M or whatever game, that's on you. That's not on me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's you're the guardian of that individual, not me. I run a digital store. That's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I mean, if your kid got access to your card and they can just again, that's not on me. You know, and so like I said, if it was me, I would allow it. Give people the freedom and the option to buy what they want to buy. I know some people, it's a kind of because I feel like some people would like for these companies to help them out with certain like regulation and that type of stuff. But
Yeah.
and I understand it, but at the same time, bro, I don't like shit like that personally.
Well,
Um,
it's the whole shit, right? Work puts a rule out because a couple people fuck it up. And
yeah,
it's like, well, 99% of us follow the rules just fine. It's just them few. Why don't you deal with them directly? it's kind of a similar kind of thinking for me, at least. But go ahead, finish up what you were saying, man.
But yeah, that's it, man. I mean, PlayStation, for whatever reason, they heavy-handed with the stuff they are. People have been critical of them for a long time.
Yeah.
It's like they'll change the color of blood and, you know, all kind, like Danganronpa.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if this was a PlayStation decision, but the blood in there, it ain't red, like pinkish purple color. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, as an adult, I'm playing the game, and like I'm not the shit sensitive for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm fucking 5 or 6 or 7. You know, I still play the game and, you know, have a good time, but I take pause and I take notice of it, and you know, I just feel like I should get the option at least. At least if you're gonna do it, at least give me the option. You know what I'm saying? So I could flip the switch and feel to myself. You know, so I guess that's another way. And some games do have that where you can turn the gore off and all that type of shit. But yeah.
A lot of them do. They even got streamer mode. They got all sorts of shit. What about you, Lord Metro? What do you think of the censoring? Do you think that PlayStation, Nintendo, Xbox should be able to say that game is too much for our platform? And mind you, I'm just talking about shit that is not illegal. If it's illegal, I absolutely agree. And look, and I even take it forward. If a law is legal in Mexico, for example, but it's illegal in Saudi Arabia, then they should do what they need to do to sell that game in whatever country. I agree with that part. You got to follow their rules. You want to sell that? That's their rules. Now, it's up to, if I was a business, I'd be like, okay, well, I'm skipping Mexico or I'm skipping United States, whatever it is, that's on them. But if it's a universal thing from the console makers, what do you think about that part?
Yeah, I'm a believer of the source material should be intact, and I'm not a fan of horror movies. I'm more into science fiction and like psychological movies and dramas and stuff like that. Yeah. But if Hellraiser, Hellraiser is wild, but it's a horror movie, right? And it's a horror franchise, and
it's a horror in a different way.
Yeah, and developers should have the option to to keep the division as they see fit. And I don't think it's right, for any stores to diminish and censor the game because they get in their feelings. I'm not. There's games that I don't play that people play. I have no issue. I don't criticize people's gaming taste. Play whatever you want. It's your money, and I don't think they should be censored because some people, some portion of the fan base of gamers get offended. Who cares? Look what a fine example of this is. I forgot what Final Fantasy game was. They censor one of the girls' skirts, right? But in The Last of Us 2, Abby's getting it raw. It's hypocrisy, right? So it's okay to have it in one of your first-party games, but it's not okay if Square Enix doesn't have the girl with the fucking skirt.
Because they treat it as a political thing.
Yeah, exactly. You can have it both ways. So, yeah, for sure. Don't censor games. Let people play the game as intended, developer intended to be made. And that way, you'll gain not only you'll gain the trust of, the people that are on your platform, but you'll make money and the developer make money as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Damn, I was going to say something I forgot, but it's let the gamers make the decision. Just like how you create, you design a level and the developer says, you know what, I'm going to trust the gamer that he's not too stupid and was able to figure this out. Right. And if you're not, then paint the walls yellow, paint the pathway yellow. Just do what you're going to do. Delson, what do you think about that?
Well, I hate censorship. The problem is people these days are fucking sue happy.
PC dudes? Oh, he said never mind. He said sue happy. I thought you said mod happy.
Well, that too. Fucking. Can't control them people though. But yeah. People are always gonna take it out on the platform and shit like that too. So
but at the same time, you're listening to. You gotta listen to the people that actually want buying the game, not the people that get offended. You have a right to get offended.
Yeah, I know, but people
that's
who like
not
the game aren't going to be the one to bring it to court because little Johnny whatever uses
if you see something in a game that you think is too much, you have a right to get offended. But that's not an argument. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, but that don't stop people from suing. There's a lot of Karens out there.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's part of the risk of in anything, right? Even McDonald's had to put careful coffee hot on their coffee cups.
Yeah, we were talking about this on my job.
I'll be honest. I was
Friday.
surprised GTA didn't get fucking pulled off back in the day. Good, or Mortal Kombat. Jesus Christ.
They tried.
You know what I mean? They tried their damnedest.
Mm-hmm. But once again, money talks.
People weren't even fucking as too happy now, back then as they are now.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that shit.
It's part of the reason we see a lot of these games being censored. Like, I don't even know.
The news is fucking part of the problem, too. Like, when I was a kid, my mom was like, you can't be playing that Mortal Kombat shit. I'm like, Mom, watching girls get raw dog fucking split in half since I was 4, and you're worried about a little goddamn blood on the screen. Me and Dad watched softcore porn last night. I'm 6.
Yeah.
You're worried about, you know what I mean? Like,
Alien ISO has a great point. That Karen game, it looks hilarious, man.
Oh,
yeah.
And I bet you a lot of people are not happy about it. But guess what? The developer says, we don't give a shit. This is the game we want to make, and we're going to make it. You don't like it, don't buy it. That's
and
it.
They should.
You know? Yeah.
And
absolutely.
They should.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of shit that, I mean, look, we all here. When's the last time we bought a sports game? Football. You know, when's the last time we did?
Oh, man. Years.
Right? We just stopped buying it. Simple.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I've also noticed in games that there are so many opportunities where the game is good, but it could have been pushed into the next level if there was that curse word there, or if it was more realistic, you know, the death where they shouldn't have, or the jugular stabbing after a heated argument. Like, art imitates reality all the time. I don't know why we're... And look, and I don't want to act like video games are different, because they're not. But I'll tell you what, video games, for some reason, still take the hit nowadays, where you don't really hear about music, movies. That was a 90s thing, right? NW came out, fuck the police. Yeah, all over the news. Eminem came out. They were stomping on the CDs, breaking them, right? But I feel like stuff like that has eased up with music and has eased up with movies. But for some reason, video games is still the fucking thing they go after. Henry, why do you think that is? Why video games and not the other stuff?
It's probably just, you know what I'm saying, low hanging fruit. And a lot of people who are, you know, in those positions of power to be able to, you know, target a thing or business or idea or something, or like the older people who just, you know what I'm saying, they don't understand what the fuck going on.
Yeah.
And it's easy to just attribute everything wrong with the world with something that I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? If I don't understand it, I'm ignorant of it. I can just blame it on that because I know everything else, and it's not the milk that's making people go shoot the school up. You know what I'm saying? It's not the news, quote unquote. You know, I mean, you can make the argument, but that's just like live service games. It's easy to shit on live service games. It's just a low hanging fruit, and
I think you're right. Not just the low hanging fruit part, but also because there's money in it. Right, because a lot of things are low hanging, but not everything makes the money. And video games is $150 billion a year industry. So, Metroid, any other thoughts on that?
Yeah, you know, and you know, the gaming, you know, the zeitgeist is so much bigger than, you know, movies and music, right? So it's so popular that people are always they're gonna say something about video games regardless, and they have a right to do that. But you don't have the right to censor a game because it hurts your feelings. I don't give a shit. Don't play it. Yeah. It's not your money. Don't tell me what to do with my fucking money. It's my money. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And we have, what's that game? Ex Vado coming out this month. We're actually going to get into the games releasing this month.
That should come out.
13.
Thursday.
Comes out this week. We're going to get to...
What is that?
It's like a lesbian knight story where it's a medieval game and she's trying to be a knight and she's in love with another.
I saw that. It looks like trash, but if you want to buy it, go ahead. I'm not gonna buy it.
Hey, bro, I'm interested in that joint, bro.
Hey, man, me too. Do you, bro? I ain't buying it. Again, but I'm not. I ain't interested in no knights. Let's both. Hey, do you?
Well, the reason I bring that game is because that game is obviously made for a specific type of person, right?
Right. Yeah. And that's fine.
And that person is me, right? Because I love women and I love the Middle Ages. So
and that's fine, but I'm not. But the difference is I'm not complaining. I don't want the game to not exist. Well, I just won't play it.
That's the thing that I was gonna say is that for those people who are into women like me, who like middle ages like me, this is your time to shine. This is your time to shine. This you see the game, you support it, right? Because if you support it, then you get more games like it.
Exactly.
And that way you stay out of.
Now, if the game fails, you can't blame the gamers.
You can't blame the gamers.
That's key. Yeah.
Yeah, but let's go ahead and talk about, before we wrap this up, let's talk about the games coming on. Let me get a drink of this. Let's talk about some of the games that are coming out, because I don't think, and I'm only going to talk physical, because physical is what matters in this household. Digital matters about 5%, and those are the games that I can't get physical. So I have a list here, because as anything, I got a physical list for physical games that you can just go to the store and get. You don't have to go online and Google 25 different pages, because people get the dates fucked up and the information is fucked up and it's all a mess. So today is March 8th. The next bigger physical game that we got coming out is Fatal Frame 2. Have you guys played the demo on that one? It's available on PlayStation.
Nah, I've seen it, but I ain't check it out.
What about you, Lord Metro? You played it?
No, I haven't. I'm not familiar with that franchise. Is that the one that you take pictures or something, I believe?
Yeah, it's a remake of old, I think that's Capcom too, right? Or Konami? That's Konami.
I think Konami, yeah. No, I haven't played any of the games, but I might give this one a shot because it looks interesting. Yeah.
So I recommend do the demo. I actually was interested in it, but I played like 10 minutes of the demo and I lost interest. I'm going to cancel my pre-order tomorrow. It felt old. Like it's a remake, but it really felt more like a HD remaster.
Interesting.
Yeah. And look, it still has modern controls, but I don't know. It just felt... Nelson, please check it out. Let me know what you think. Maybe I'm just smoking crack. But
I don't know. I don't know if I ever finished that game.
So that's coming out the 12th, which is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, Thursday. But a game that comes out beforehand is Legends, Tuesday, the 10th.
Yep.
Who's ready for that one? Me and Henry are. No, you're not. You don't even like it.
What the fuck? I'm the one who's still playing that shit all the time.
I'm just playing. Nelson is a fan. Nelson's actually the one who got me to play it with him. Nelson doesn't remember because he doesn't give a fuck about me, but he's actually got me into playing it, and I learned, and Nelson taught me. So people that say Nelson isn't good at games, he was actually pretty good at that. But that's coming out the 10th.
I got fucking hundreds of hours into it too.
Is PlayStation going to sell this one? And another question before we go into this one. For Ghost of Tsushima, I could have sworn that Legends was included with the game. Why were they selling that later on? I don't remember that.
It was only if you didn't purchase the game.
Oh, okay, so you can buy it separately.
It is included with if you buy it physically. That I know. Yeah.
So if we bought Ghost of Yote, will we be able to download this one for free?
That's a good question. That I don't know, but I know if you got, I bought the Ghost of Yote, the remaster for PS5, and it comes with I'm sorry, Tsushima. It comes with the version of Legends. Yote, I don't know because I don't have it. Yeah.
Okay, I'm doing a quick Google search, see if they say anything. It said yes, Ghost of Yote Legends is free, 4-player co-op. Okay, so if you have,
Hero Under said it is free. Yeah.
Okay,
thank you, Hero. Yeah.
Because I kept seeing it, on the PS Plus monthly giveaway, and all that. I'm like, why? It's free. But either way, Lord Metro, are you interested in it?
No, I haven't bought Yote. I have Ghost of Tsushima. It's in my backlog, but I haven't played it. So, not really. No, not right now, at least. Yeah,
it's a pretty good game actually. And I lied. So that is I don't know if this is a live service game, because I did like that one. I never played more than like 20 hours into it, but I did like it. I don't know if it's considered a live service game or not. I don't think so, right? There's something you can buy.
It is, but it isn't, because there's no money to be made. Man, I would have had no problems if they. As long as I get to play it for free.
Yeah, I have Ghost of Tsushima. I haven't played. It's in my backlog though. Yeah.
Henry, what about you?
Oh fuck yeah, man! Just playing Tuesdays, with the boys. We gonna
no marathon.
No, we playing Legends, bro. What you mean?
But marathon's got me hooked. I'm addicted.
Man, we'll be back on marathon on Wednesday.
Did you see how much I died today?
bro,
You know why? It's because I
bro.
couldn't hear anything, bro. Hearing is so important in this game. It's crazy. So that's coming out on Tuesday. I'm excited for that. Yeah, we'll be playing it on the channel on Tuesday. But then we have Toxic Commando, which shout out to Noof Nukem. He was talking about it on his podcast today. And I
Oh yeah,
told
check it out.
dude,
He had Mucha today. That was a good show.
he Mooch was actually talking about this, and I was like, you know what? I
I'm
was
really interested in that game, man. It's just fucking not a. It's not a good
so
time.
as I told him in a super. Well, I didn't tell him in a super chat, but right before I gave the super chat, is I said I was actually interested in that game, but I'm not going to be playing it or getting it because I am playing Legends and Marathon. So it's just bad timing and sucks for them because now this is going to be one of those games that is probably going to fail, and they're going to blame the gamers instead of their own personal selves for putting it out in such a bad time. But
You know what's
Henry,
gonna end up
Didn't
happening
it?
though?
Didn't
We're
it get
having a
delayed?
rush. We're having a rush in like March and April, and then like June and July and shit'll come around. There won't be a goddamn thing that comes out.
what you say, Henry?
I said, didn't it get delayed?
No.
No,
Okay.
nope. And Nelson, there is shit all the way through June, and I can give you some of those if you like. But then we have Sticks Blades of Green, which already came out, but the physical comes out this Thursday. Then we have WWE 2K26. And then we have Monster Hunter Stories, Star Wars Dark Forces, Immortality. That game has had legs. That motherfucker was an Xbox exclusive like 3 years ago. It's now coming out physical everywhere. Mind you, they already had physical just like for limited run games and shit like that. I can't believe that game has had that much legs. Then we have Fear the Spotlight, which I actually have pre-ordered. I bought it a long time ago. MLB The Show, and then Crimson Desert, and those are the main ones up until the 20th. But when you talk about a stacked week, Lord Metroid, what are some games that stand out from that list I gave you? Fatal Frame, Toxic Commando, Styx Blade, Legends, WWE, Monster Hunter Stories, Star Wars Dark Forces, MLB The Show, Crimson Desert.
Definitely, Toxic Commando looks pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's a zombie shooter, right? Co-op
Yeah.
zombie shooter, I believe.
Yeah,
It
like what
looks
was he?
really good. Yeah, that one. The rest I'm not interested in. Definitely, Crimson Desert's day one for me.
Mm-hmm.
I already got the deluxe edition pre-order, physical, so I'm
Yeah.
ready, man. That game looks like Breath of the Wild and The Witcher on steroids. I cannot wait to play it.
Oh, you said Breath of the
100%.
Wild. Now I feel like canceling my deluxe edition.
It looks so much.
Which is
Yeah,
my
it's a,
favorite game of all time.
I don't see the hype in that game, bro. I really don't.
it's a combination of Breath of the Wild, a lot of Witcher in it. It looks. I cannot wait to play Crimson Desert. That game's gonna eat my life away, probably. That's
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
I was telling
Mhm.
Henry that I haven't dug myself into an open world RPG in a while. It's been a while. What about you, Henry? What do you see within that week that you're really hyped for?
That I'm really hyped for.
Legends, Fatal Frame, Crimson Desert, MLB The
Yes,
Show.
it'll be Legends, bro. And that's that's mainly because I'm you know what I'm saying, be on that bitch with the homies. You know what I'm saying? That's the main reason. That I'm looking forward to that. Because last time on the last Legends, I came on a little bit late and I didn't really get to experience it
Me too.
when it you know what I'm saying, first popped off. So it wasn't, you know what I'm saying, I didn't get wrapped up in the whole culture of the game. But you know what I'm saying,
Me
this
too.
time I'll be doing that. You know what I'm saying, catching that with the boys and having a grand old time.
I actually went into Ghost of Tsushima late. I think I played that game 6 months after release, and I didn't even know about it. It was a GameStop guy that recommended it to me.
Man, I tried the joint on my base PS4, and I was like, nah, man, I'm gonna pick this bitch up later on. And I didn't actually finish it until, you know what I'm saying, the PS5 was out.
So what do you think about the game? Is it good, bad, what?
Oh no, I fuck with it. I fuck with it. I fuck with it. Nah, it's not. It's
You
nothing
fuck with
number.
it, but
Yeah.
like how much? Is it like one of your favorite games? One like it's just an average game that's good? Like what do you
Oh
what do
no,
you
no, no. Ghost of Tsushima, the game
Yeah.
is my shit. You know what I'm saying? It's my shit. But like the Legends is fun. It's cool. I don't like it
Yeah,
as
but when
much
you say
as
like my shit, like is it in your top 100 best games ever? Your top 10? Is it doesn't even make the list? Like what do you
oh yeah,
mean
yeah,
by that?
it's top 10. It's top 10 for sure. Yeah, it's top 10 for sure.
What's your okay? Real quick, do we all here have a number one favorite game of all time? Like the one that you automatically say is my favorite? Because I don't, and I'm wondering if you guys do.
It floats. It floats. It depends on my mood. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
that's real.
It's not because some days, I have a top three, and then like the next week, whatever number three was is now like number five or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Because every time I
Mhm.
think about it and
That's
I
real.
recatalog it, it shifts, and you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
bro, that's
So
real. Because people like, oh, what's your top three? And I'm like, I just say Horizon. I say both Horizons, Ghost of Tsushima, and Cyberpunk. I can't rank them one, two, and three. And even then, I'm
Mm.
cheating because I got two Horizon games, so that's technically
Yeah,
four games. But
interesting.
what about you, Lord Metro? Do you have like a favorite game of all time that you could just throw out and it's your favorite game always?
Oh yeah, Super Metroid.
Okay, that makes sense, right? Because you're Lord
Super
Metroid.
Metroid on the Super SNES, the best Metroid ever made.
Yeah,
I don't want
but
to hear nothing.
the Super NES graphics sucks, bro. N64 all day. What are you talking about?
Hey, the N64 didn't have a Metroid game, so they
And they
they
had
they, they messed
64
up.
bits, bro. Well, the NES
Sorry,
fucking 2 bits, I think it was, right? 1.5 bits.
16. Yeah.
Hey, Super
Super
Nintendo
Metroid.
was my
Super
first
Metroid is the
console,
best
bro.
Metroid ever made, man. I don't want to hear nothing.
You know, I
That's
didn't
what's
play
up. Yeah.
Super Metroid till I was like 20
Yeah.
years old. Do you know that?
Yeah. Oh wow.
And
Yeah.
I didn't even beat
You
it.
were you did?
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. No, I
Oh,
didn't
shame
even
on
beat
you.
it. Yeah.
What's wrong with you, kid?
Hey, man, I was a kid,
What's
bro.
going
Well,
on? Oh hell no, 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 no. We gotta fix that.
my
No,
mom
but
actually
Super.
likes Super Metroid. She likes Pac-Man
Oh
and Super
wow.
Metroid. Those are her two games
Nice.
that she's not a
Well,
gamer, but those are the two games that she always made
nice.
sure she had whenever we bought and sold the Super Nintendo. You know what I mean? We bought it a couple years later, want to buy. She
Well,
always made sure those were her
that's
games.
awesome. Well, she has impeccable taste. That's good.
I think it's a
But
Puerto
yeah,
Rican thing, bro. Because a lot of
hey,
my
Super
cousins like
Metroid is
Super
amazing.
Metroid too.
It's amazing. To this day, it still stands the test of time. Yeah, yeah. Super Metroid, Final Fantasy IV. Those two are like two of my favorite games of all time. The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past is also up there for me.
Hey,
Yeah.
was Final Fantasy IV a Super Nintendo game, or was that a PlayStation game already?
Uh, yeah. The Final Fantasy lasted on the Nintendo platform until 6. Then they
Hmm.
moved to 7. Moved to PlayStation. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Well,
After that,
So
they moved.
six came out on Super Nintendo, but then it came out on PlayStation later.
that's when it was still
Yeah, yeah.
called Square, right? Square Soft.
SquareSoft.
Yeah.
Squaresoft. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
I was
And,
four,
yeah.
bro. I was four in 90.
Yeah.
Wait, in 92, I was four. So I don't, you know what I mean? I was just playing
Yeah.
fucking Street Fighter, Super Mario World.
Yeah. 3 was 4 is when it came out here to the US. 3 was actually 4, but in Japan it was 4 in Japan. It was
We
4
didn't
in
get
Japan and
2
3
and
here.
4, I think, or was it 2 and 5? Fucking A.
No.
They had it
Yeah.
all, the numbers all fucked up here.
Yeah, a
I
lot of
remember
Final
I played
Fantasies
Final
took a while
Fantasy
to get
1 on
here.
Nintendo, and then the dude was like, we have I was like, we have Final Fantasy 3, and I'm like, I want 2. And they're like, we don't have 2. And I'm like, well, fucking, how do you have a 3 and not a 2?
Because
What do you mean?
Square.
It was only released in
didn't
Japan,
release
but
them.
he didn't know that.
Right.
So I'm arguing with this guy. I'm like 7 years old. I'm like, how do you have 3 without 2? Make it make sense.
Hey, do you guys know the story of how PlayStation got Final Fantasy to come to PlayStation? Something about one of the marketing guys or something like that went out to dinner with FromSoft execs, and then they ended up actually going to a strip club, getting fucked up all on Sony's dime, and they actually signed a contract on a napkin. And then when dude went to work the next day, they're like, "Motherfucker, you spent all this fucking money getting hookers and shit." He just pulls out the napkin, like, "Look what I got." They're like, "Okay, all sins forgiven, thank you." You guys ever hear that story?
No, actually, I never did.
Yeah,
That's
and
fucking
Hey,
funny,
that's
man.
how Grand Theft Auto was brokered on fucking lunch.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't remember if it was. I know it was a FromSoft game. I want to say it's Final Fantasy, and I'm like 80% sure it is. But that was the story. It's like this motherfucker. And I don't know if it was lunch. I think it was actually an all day thing where they met up for lunch, and then next thing you know, they're fucking slanging drinks back, and all of a sudden they end up in a strip club, getting fucking lap dances and shit. Next thing you know, it's the next fucking
That's
morning.
crazy, man.
But it's like Wolf of Wall Street type of shit, right? But
Oh yeah, I'm not surprised.
the initiative from PlayStation to this guy, it was like, we need this fucking game. Like, we need to beat Nintendo. Like, you go out there and fucking. So he took it serious. Like, okay, I gotta do what the fuck I gotta do. I'm pretty sure if they asked for the booty hole, he might have been like, okay.
Like Final Fantasy VII too. I don't remember how much it cost, but it was like most games back then were under $100 million.
Cheap.
They were cheap.
Fucking Final Fantasy VII cost $100 million with the marketing, and Sony picked up the marketing, which was like 3/4 of the budget.
And that set their platform up. But it's like I brought up I think it was Donkey Kong or Super
like
Mario.
100 million though. For example, like Twisted Metal was 800 grand. 100 million with the marketing for that game.
I think it was Zelda, Donkey Kong, and Super Mario 3D. I think there's one more game. It was 4 games. It could have been, I don't know, but it was like, but those 4 games.
My fourth game is Metroid Prime, obviously.
Oh, Metroid Prime. But those 4 games for Nintendo cost them like $10 million to make, but it brought those Nintendo like billions of dollars in revenue.
Absolutely.
And it was only 4 games, and it cost under 10 million. I forget which ones it was, but it was like Super Mario 3D, Donkey Kong and Zelda, and I can't remember the 4th one. But it's a different time, and remember they were charging you,
$80.
And that's the thing that frustrates me about, they keep talking about, well, video games are just much more expensive to make nowadays, Super Mario or Nintendo, 10 million for 4 games that made them billion. And it's like, that's the fucking point right there. Like, you guys made all that money back in the beginning of video games, and you didn't appreciate it, and now you're mad because you're not making the same.
Right.
And now you're spending a billion times more. And like, I get it. I want to see your return, but let's not act like 200 million that you paid to make the game and you bring in 500 million, you're breaking even. Suck my dick.
Those people that worked there five positions earlier, they didn't see none of that money.
No, they didn't. Well, it's like the FromSoft people, right? It's like, my boy, I'm gonna tell you right now that Bloodborne ain't coming in, right? We just found out through Bloodborne that they brought it up, and PlayStation wanted to do it, but who said no? FromSoft. Why did FromSoft say no? Well, because they don't own the IP. So why the fuck will FromSoft say, yeah, we're gonna stop making what we make and make something for you to get scraps? Like, it's just not gonna happen. And FromSoft is not gonna say, all right, let's just give the IP to somebody else. Fuck no, that's FromSoft's IP. So it's like,
actually Sony's IP.
I'm sorry.
Yes, they're asking, but I would just do it
because there's obviously a deal in place, right? That even though it's their IP, FromSoft has a lot of say in it. So obviously they have a lot to do with it because it would have been made.
Drawn up.
Well, you got the contract?
Yeah.
Because obviously they didn't do it because something's up. Whether it's a relationship thing,
making moves. Let's go.
Yeah, no, right. Whether it's a relationship thing, whether the contract is exactly like you say, black and white, but they just don't want to ruin the relationship because they're getting games. Who knows? But the point is that they needed FromSoft's approval, whether verbally or written, and they couldn't get it.
I think they did it out of respect, and then for why, I don't know.
Well, because one game of a remake of a game that sold 7 million copies isn't enough to break 35 million from Elden Ring. What if they get another 35 million?
They could have had someone else do it.
Well, obviously they didn't. And that somebody is no longer with PlayStation. But there y'all have it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. I'm going to be real. I'm ending it right now because I'm trying to play some marathon. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today, man. We had a great conversation. And I want to give a quick thank you to the panel. Thank you guys. And before we take off, I also want to give a huge shout out, which I forget to fucking do, man. And I think the reason I forget is because a lot of these guys are my friends. So they're constantly on the channel. They're constantly, but I want to give a huge shout out to the members of the channel, and we're gonna go in order of when they signed up first to last. But first we have Mr. RPG88, then we have Mr. Henry Heck, who's in the house. Yes, we have Mr. Stephen Leon, Sky Arthur, Nelson Gaming 12, Lord Metroid, of course, Space Ghost 2009, Brett Siley, David Cox, Tal Geezy, and Just Mako 2767. So thank you, the members, for making this possible. And also, let's give our outros to the panel. First, we had Mr. Henry Heck. Henry, thank you so much for showing up with us today, man. Let the people know where they can find you. Let them know about your podcast, please.
Oh yeah, right on, right on. I do a podcast every Saturday morning. It's a premiere, not a live show, but it's every Saturday, 11 in the a.m. GGR podcast. Talk about the general gaming news and give my opinion. It's pretty much just me talking shit about the shit I feel like talking shit about
Facts.
that
Hey,
day. You know what I
that's what we
mean?
do. That's what
And
we do here.
yeah, yeah. So my channel over there at It's Just Henry Heck. So you can find me there. You can find me at It's Just Henry on X. You can find me inside the Discord. Head on over there and come kick it with the boys and the girls, the fellas and the fellas, the homies and the homettes.
Yeah.
That's where we at.
In fact, Henry likes other people better than me, so you can also find him in numerous other Discords. So you can probably find them over there as well. But I also want to give a huge shout out to Lord Metroid, man. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate that you take your free Sunday out of every so often to come and hang out with us. But man, where can the people find you at?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me, man. It's always a pleasure talking to you guys. It's always fun. Yeah, you can find me at The Wise Old Gamer. I'm a panel member every Friday night at 6:30 p.m. Please, just a plug,
So you
go
like
watch the
Wise better
show.
than me. So you go there every week here, twice a year. Okay.
Wow.
Hey, that's cool.
Hey,
That's cool.
I made a commitment, you know what I mean? Man, yeah, support Wise is very nice.
Yes.
Great person, very smart dude, and big gamer.
Yeah,
And also,
his panel is interesting though.
yeah. It's a fucking mix. And I also have a YouTube channel where I do Returnal game playthroughs, and I plan to do a Zaros one too. So you're interested in watching that? Go support my channel. Thank you.
Yeah, go check out Lord Metroid's YouTube, guys. When we're talking about Sorrows and Returnal, he's a beast. There's so much he can teach you about it. So go check him out. And also, you may know
Appreciate
Wise shows up on a lot of different podcasts, especially Mooch. If you guys know Mooch, he shows up there all the time, almost weekly. So you may know him. Now you know his official name is Wise Old Gamer, WIZE, Old Gamer. Go check his stuff out. And then finally, we have Mr. Nelson Gaming Culture. Nelson, let the people know about your channel.
Nelson's Gaming Culture.
There you go. Nelson's Gaming Culture on YouTube, and he just streams. He posts clips. He does video game pickups. He does a lot of different things. So go check him out. All these guys are hardcore gamers. They've been gaming for decades. So when we give you our opinion, it's not something we pulled out of our ass. It's because we've been doing this for a long time. Just like a lot of you guys, you've been gaming for the majority of your life, and that's the kind of environment we want to create here. Is gamers talking with gamers, not this bullshit that I do YouTube for a living and I only play 3 games a year, just long enough so I can tell you not to buy them and talk shit about them. No,
absolutely.
We play games, and if you notice, we didn't talk shit really about games. We talk shit about the platform holders. That's who we talk shit about. And the things that we're saying are actual criticisms, right? Like PlayStation with their fucking bullshit pricing, Xbox with their bullshit fucking hybrid shit, Nintendo being Nintendo, and then PC. Fucking go play Rub My Feet Simulator while I lick your fucking nipple, volume 27, right? Go do that if that's what you want to do. But at the end of the day, you're still a gamer, whether you're a mobile gamer, a PC gamer, you're welcome here anytime. And remember, we do freedom of speech up in here. So we don't censor ourselves. We talk how we talk. It is how it is. So I hope that doesn't offend you. If it does, I'm sorry to hear that. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. But you're welcome to come back at any time. Thank you, guys. We'll catch you guys on Tuesday for the Just Playing live stream with me, Henry, and hopefully RPG88. Otherwise, we'll be back next week, Sunday, for the Just Playing podcast. And as always, videos drop every other day. Keep it gaming.
Have a good night, everyone. Go play